This is for the ones who were raised on gasoline dreams, for the lug nuts holding tight to the wild red line scenes, for the families, the drivers, the wrench turning crews, for the chrome, the smoke, and the ones who refuse to lose. Where horsepower meets heart, yeah, that's who we are. We're a culture, we're a brotherhood, we are rolling motor fire. Build not borrowed, that's the creed written deep in our veins. We turn busted cars into legends and rust into fame. From late night garage grind to race day stadium roars, every scar on our knuckles unlocked 1,000 doors. We don't back down, we don't break, we don't fold. Every ride we build tells a story worth gold. This is for the ones who were raised on gasoline trains, for the lug nuts holding tight to the wild red line scenes, for the families, the drivers, the wrench turning crews, for the chrome, the smoke, and the ones who refuse to lose. Where horsepower meets heart, yeah, that's who we are. We're a culture, we're a brotherhood, we are rolling motor fire. Here's to the nights when the world said slow down, but the engine said no when we stood our ground. To the ones who grew up rich and when the rest took the easy way, we found our path in the piston noise and we'll ride it every day. Pedal to the metal, this is where we belong. Cars, trucks, monster trucks, loud and strong. Passion, pride, lug nuts, side by side. If you love what you drive, then ride, ride, ride. This is for the legends that started in dusty garages, for the kids who chase dreams through the scars and collages, for the racers who gave everything without fail, and the fans who stand proud when the engines wail. Where horsepower meets heart, yeah, this ain't a phase. It's our passion, our culture, and we'll live it to the grave. Pedal to the metal, forever in our veins. So look out, we're only getting louder from here. Nothing built strong was ever built out of fear. The road is wide open and the fire won't slow, because this isn't a hobby, this is the only life we know. Pedal down, heads high. We're not done. Pedal down, heads high. Pedal down. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. You're listening to Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music, the show where horsepower, stories, and great music come together. From beautiful collector classics to fire-breathing race cars to the ground-shaking thunder of monster trucks, this is where the world of motors meets the power of music. So strap in tight, fire up, and grab your favorite cold drink, because a ride is about to begin. And now, here's your host, Roller.
Hey, y'all doing out there, man? Beer Garden Rowdies, you're back. You were gone last week. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you very much for being here. Mezzanine, what's going on up in the mezzanine tonight? How you guys doing up there? Man, you guys, come on now. Keep it down. How you guys doing here in the cheap seats, man? Let's just bring it down a little bit. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it down. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what, we got some great news here. We got some great news for you here tonight. Sold out attendance, 8,600 people here in the studios. Oh man, I can't believe it. That's a lot of pipples. That's a lot of pipples right there. How y'all doing, man? It's so good to hear from you guys. No more snow, no more nothing, man. Is that enough beer? Well, for right now, that'll start us off anyway. I got a little R&R here with me tonight. A little R&R Reserve. That's what it's all about right there. But no, man, we're going to have a good show tonight, and we've got a lot of things going on. May calendar's already full up. Tonight we have Russ Steely on. Russ is a monster truck driver. Used to fill in, never was really known for driving one truck for a whole career. Filled in and drove a lot of different trucks, bounty hunter and different things like that. So we'll be talking to Russ tonight at 7:15. And then Habbo is supposed to be on. I'm trying to get a hold of him. He's an announcer for the Toughest Truck Monster Truck Tour. And also he does open house at Bigfoot, and he's going to be out there. He's going to be on the 13th. So we got him going on. And we got on the 17th, we got Charlie Miller, another Paul Schaefer driver back in the day. And then on the 20th, we got world champion Toya McLeod, auctioneer, and world champion ring woman Gracie Sherman are going to be on the show, and they're going to be talking about their careers in the auction business, man, and what it means to be a world champion and stuff like that. Then on the 24th, our buddy Texas Rich is going to be on, man, and he's going to be talking. I think he's up to 86,000 followers now. So it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And then on the 27th, we talked to Roger Gauger, and him and Kathy. Great people, man. Just really long-time driver, monster truck man. Just good, down-to-earth people. They're going to be on the 27th, so that's going to be a good show. And then, of course, we do not have a show on the 31st because that's the car show down in Pueblo, and it's just going to be too much to try to do something and get you going there tonight. But hey, happy Mother's Day to everybody out there, man, and to all you single dads out there that are trying to be mom and dad, happy Mother's Day to you too, man. That's a big job. That's a big job, and I know there's some people out there that they're playing both mom and dad, and whether it be male or female roles. So we take our hats off to you and stuff like that. But we take our hats off to our moms today. It was special, so special to have a mother out there, So anyway, let's see here. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about. And Debbie, I have not sent those to you. It's been kind of a week. I'll get into it here in just a little bit. But tomorrow I have to go in and I got to get some surgery done on this arm. They found some skin cancer on there, and they're gonna cut. They're gonna dig and cut and dig and cut and cut and dig and everything like that. So I've been dealing with that all week. I haven't had a chance to send you all those, but I will get that out to you, Debbie, when we get that done. So I'd like to thank all of our folks at Arch Auto Glass, 24-hour a day, 7-day a week service. You call, Art will be there, man. He'll definitely be there. Phone number is 720-296-8635. He can come to your house. He can come to your business. He can come to the park. He can come to wherever you are and put in that windshield or anything you need. That's Arch Auto Glass. Art's his name, 720-296-8635. Mention Pedal to the Metal Motors and Music and get 10% off on all installation. Rise and Grind will be coming up here pretty soon again, guys. Their next show is June the 7th. That'll be a Sunday. It'll be from 9 till noon. Great place to go have a car show and stuff like that. So make sure you get if you get a chance to cruise by there and see those people. They're great people. They really are. So we'll be right back here in a minute after these words from our sponsors.
You're listening to Pedal to the Metal. Motors and music. Where the engines are loud and the music hits just as hard. Classic cars, hot rods, monster trucks, and the stories behind the builds. Mixed with the music that fuels the ride. From the show field to the arena floor, we bring you the horsepower and the center to match. Stick around, we got more coming your way. But first, a word from our sponsors. When your glass takes a hit, don't let it slow you down. At Midwest Auto Glass LLC, we get you back on the road, fast, safe, and done right the first time. From windshield replacement and window regulator repair, to window tint and quick chip repair. And here's the big one. They specialize in RV glass replacement and heavy equipment glass too. That means whether you're driving your daily ride, hauling down the highway in your RV, or running hard on the job site, they got you covered.
Call Jose today at 720-291-4464. That's 720-291-4464.
Visit MWAGLLC.com or email MidwestAutoGlassLC@gmail.com. Midwest Auto Glass LLC, from the road to the job site to the open highway. They keep your view clear and your wheels rolling.
Let's take a look at our new partner, 6ix9ine Graphics and Design. A small design and marketing company, big on personalized service. They work closely with you to get your business noticed, with graphics that stand out and grab attention. 6ix9ine Graphics and Design specializes in stickers, decals, and graphics for your hot rods, custom projects, so business marketing. They also offer logo design, brochure signs, business cards, banners, custom apparel, vehicle graphics, and much more. Remember, that's 6ix9ine Graphics and Design. Visit 6ix9design.com or find them on Instagram at 6ix9design.
And now, we return to Pedal to the Metal. Motors and music. With your host, Roller.
All right, we're back, guys. I tell you what, man, I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being a sponsor. We thank you and hope that you're with us throughout the entirety of this program. I'll guarantee you that right now. Guys, Car Show is right here amongst us. it's happening, man. People, there's shows going on all over the place. And I'm telling you what, if you haven't got in now, you better get in as soon as you can and get yourself a metal print or metal show board made from my buddy at Texas Rich at C10AmericaMagazine.com. These show boards come in 11 by 14, 16 by 20, 20 by 30. You can get the 20 by 30. Hello, Scott Stout. How are you, my brother? Good to see you on there. Anyway, you can get these show boards, like I said, 14 by 11, 16 by 20, 20 by 30. The 20 by 30 is a big show board, and that's the only size you can get the show boards in. But the metal prints, you can get them in all three sizes. But get a hold of Texas Rich at C10AmericaMagazine.com. He'll tell you exactly what he needs to make that show board dream come true. But I tell you what, it took my vehicle and it took it to the next level, because now people stop and they look and they pay attention to Bob. But yeah, get a hold of Rich. He can tell you he needs 15 photos. He'll need maybe a paragraph on you, a paragraph on the vehicle, and then he'll put together one heck of a show board for you. So that's Texas Rich at C10AmericaMagazine.com for all of your metal prints and metal show board needs. So other than that, let's see here. We got our White Buffalo car show coming up on October the 3rd. We'll have a commercial spot for them here in the next set. And but right now we're going to go ahead and play a song called Model Kit Dreams. We'll be right back here on Pedal the Metal, Motors and Music.
I stayed to myself, didn't have many friends like everybody else. Friday nights meant that old hobby store, staring at them shiny boxes lined wall to wall. Take them home and build them all weekend long. Paint flames where the decals said they belonged. Chrome on the engine, custom stands so mean. Every little model was a young boy's dream. While the other kids were chasing bigger things, I was building hot rods with tiny machine springs. Those model kit dreams on my bedroom shelf were more than little toys to me and nobody else. They were my way out, my way to believe that one day I'd build the real thing. I didn't care much about college schemes. Only thing I knew was those model kit dreams. I went to work down at an old body shop. Learned real quick how to shape and chop, how to work the metal and make engines sing. Lay down paint smooth as a wedding ring. Funny how it all came naturally, like those little plastic cars prepared me. Every line I drew and every custom scene started with the model kit dreams. Those model kit dreams on my bedroom shelf turned into a life I built myself. Now people bring me cars from miles around, trusting these two hands to lay perfection down. from a lonely kid nobody had ever seen, to a man known for his model kid dreams. Now there's cars I built on TV screens, museum lights shining down on machines. People stop and stare at the work I've done, but they don't know where it all begun. It started with a kid in a quiet room, glue on his hands and a heart full of fumes. Those dreams in a box made a life for me, built from passion, paint, and creativity. And every time I hear them, oh, shop to scream, I still see that boy with his model kid dreams. Yeah, that lonely kid finally found his wings inside those model kid dreams.
Model Kit Dreams right here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music. Next up, Cap Gun Memories.
I remember when we were young, playing cowboys and Indians, man, it was fun. Backyard dust and a plastic gun, chasing dreams in the setting sun. Army battles with our friends, didn't know where the day would end. No one thought nothing wrong back then, just kids being kids again. We built our forts out of sticks and dirt, bandanas tied, old hand-me-down shirts. Every scratch just made it worse, like we were living out a movie verse. No screens, no wires, no place to be, just imagination running free. We didn't need no batteries, just a spark and a memory. I thank God I got them cap gun memories, echoes ringing through them old oak trees. Bang, bang dreams and a fearless heart, playing heroes in our own backyard. No hate, no harm, just make believe. Yeah, that's the way it used to be, and I wouldn't trade nothing for what made me those cap gun memories. Now they say those days were wrong, try to tell us what we grew up on. Say those toys made us too strong, like we didn't know right from wrong. Talking about bands and drawing lines, judge the past through different times, but they never lived those simple rhymes of dirt road days and childhood minds. They didn't run through fields at dusk, didn't feel that freedom rush didn't turn steak to something tough or make believe feel real enough. Didn't grow up the way we did, where a dream was all it took to live. Before the world got complicated and every little thing got debated. Yeah, we grew up and we turned out fine, learned respect and wrong from right. Those little games didn't change our way, they just helped us find our place in a world that moves too fast today. I still hear them echoes when I pray. I thank God I got them cap gun memories, echoes ringing through them old oak trees. Bang, bang dreams and a fearless heart, playing heroes in our own backyard. No hate, no harm, just make believe. Yeah, that's the way it used to be, and I wouldn't trade nothing for what made me. Those cap gun memories.
Attention hot rodders, custom builders, truck fans, and motorcycle riders! Get ready for the White Buffalo Car Show coming to downtown Snyder, Texas on Saturday, October 3rd, 2026. Cruise into the heart of Snyder and enjoy a full day packed with classic cars, custom trucks, motorcycles, live music, great food, vendors, shopping around the square, and fun for the whole family. With 25 classes, awards, and even a furthest traveled award, there's something for every kind of ride. Registration is just $20, and all proceeds stay local to support area charities and community programs. And don't miss your chance to meet Texas rich with C10 America during this huge downtown celebration. Plus, cruise into the Friday night meet and greet on October 2nd before the band starts rocking. So polish up that chrome, shine those wheels, and head to the White Buffalo Car Show in downtown Snyder, Texas! The White Buffalo Car Show, where horsepower, hometown pride, and Texas tradition come together. Folks, auction season is here. And when it comes time to sell your equipment, livestock, estate items, or complete farm dispersal, you need an auction company you can trust. That's where the Holsworth Auction Company comes in. Serving Colorado and surrounding communities with honest service, hard work, and hometown values. Whether you're planning a farm auction, ranch dispersal, estate sale, livestock sale, or equipment reduction, the Holsworth Auction Company has the experience to help get the job done right. And now, with online internet bidding available, buyers can participate from just about anywhere, helping bring more attention to your sale and stronger bidding opportunities. Community-minded, professional, dependable. That's the Holsworth difference. Give Ken Holsworth a call today at 970-380-5305 or call John Clatworthy at 970-768-7500 or visit them online at theholsworthauctioncompany.com. The Holsworth Auction Company, LLC, where integrity still matters.
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen, right here, Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music. For you that just joined us tonight, we have Russ Steely, monster truck driver extraordinaire. He'll be on at 7:15. We'll be talking to him about his career in the monster truck business. Don't forget now, the 31st of May is the big car show, the Steel City Car Show down in Pueblo. So there will not be a show on the 31st that night, which is a Sunday. So our next song up right here is called Cap Gun Memories. We'll be right back here on Pedal of the Metal, Motors and Music.
Hey, Colorado. Get ready!
I remember when we were young, playing cowboys and Indians. Man, it was fun. Backyard dust and a plastic gun, chasing dreams in the setting sun. Army battles with our friends, didn't know where the day would end. No one thought nothing wrong back then, just kids being kids again. We built our forts out of sticks and dirt, bandanas tied old hand-me-down shirts. Every scratch just made it worse, like we were living out a movie verse. No screens, no wires, no place to be, just imagination running free. We didn't need no batteries, just a spark and a memory. I thank God I got them cap gun memories, echoes ringing through them old oak trees. Bang, bang dreams and a fearless heart, playing heroes in our own backyard. No hate, no harm, just make believe. Yeah, that's the way it used to be. And I wouldn't trade nothing for what made me those cap gun memories. Now they say those days were wrong, try to tell us what we grew up on. Say those toys made us too strong, like we didn't know right from wrong. Talking about bands and drawing lines, judge the past through different times, but they never lived those simple rhymes of dirt road days and childhood minds. They didn't run through fields at dusk, didn't feel that freedom rush, didn't turn stick to something tough or make believe feel real enough. Didn't grow up the way we did, where a dream was all it took to live, before the world got complicated and every little thing got debated. Yeah, we grew up and we turned out fine, learned respect and wrong from right. Those little games didn't change our way, they just helped us find our place in a world that moves too fast today. I still hear them echoes when I pray. I thank God I got them cap gun memories, echoes ringing through them old oak trees. Bang, bang dreams and a fearless heart, playing heroes in our own backyard. No hate, no harm, just make believe. Yeah, that's the way it used to be. And I wouldn't trade nothing for what made me those cap gun memories.
Hey, Colorado.
There you go, Cap Gun Memories right there. This next song is called The Face. It all happens to us sooner or later. You know, one day you're sitting there as a guy and you're shaving and you're like, wow, I've really gotten old, and you just look and, wow, where did that come from? And dang, look at that wrinkle. And whoa, check out all them gray hairs. And I know the ladies go through it too. So, anyway, this here's called The Face. We'll be right back here on Pedal of the Metal, Motors and Music.
I was looking in the mirror just yesterday. Saw a face staring back my way. His eyes looked tired, like he'd lost some sleep, and the lines in his face ran cold and deep. I stood there wondering, who's this man? Where'd he come from? What's his plan? Has his road been long, been dragging him down? Or just life wearing on him mile by mile through town? His hair was thin, turned gray with time, like every year left its mark and sign. I figured he's got stories he don't tell, about long roads traveled and times that fell, about stadium lights and a crowd out loud, and the quiet nights when he ain't so proud, about family battles and hearts gone wrong, and the ones he's lost that still live in song. Then I looked again and it hit me true. Those tired eyes were mine, looking through that old worn face. Yeah, that was me, staring back from that memory. I wonder what's still left in store. How many sunsets, how many more? Will the good Lord ease me when I'm on my way? Or will I fight every breath till my dying day? I thought about the man I used to be, full of fire and wild and free. Never thought time could catch me fast. Now I'm counting moments, not just the past. I've walked through storms I never saw, felt the weight of every flaw, but I've held on tight through thick and thin, and I'd do it all over again. Hey, life don't come with a guarantee. It writes its lines in memory. Some days you stand, some days you fall, but you learn to answer every call. And if tomorrow don't come my way, I'll be alright with yesterday. 'Cause I looked again and I finally knew that every scar tells something true. That old worn face ain't hard to see. It's a life well lived, looking back at me. And whatever comes, I'll stand my ground, with every lost and every found. And when the good Lord calls my name, go out proud, just the same. You're that man in the mirror yesterday, ain't someone else, he's me today.
Carter, what I was meaning to say in that last little text typing message I did is I'll help you make that song if you want. I'd be more than happy to do that for you. All we got to do is just get a game plan together, and I will definitely help you, baby girl, for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. Let's see here. What we got next? What we got next? What's happening here next? How about that right here? Them old C10 songs right here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music.
White lines flicker like a metronome, out past the edge where the street lights don't. Dial stuck somewhere between right and wrong, but it's good enough to carry on. Vinyl hum and a dashboard glow, engine talking in a steady flow. Every mile got a rhythm of its own, and I'm keeping time to them old C10 songs. I'm singing them old C10 songs like a jukebox built on vinyl and chrome. Every gear shift clicks right where I belong. Man, I found my way in them old C10 songs. Come on! Crack the night with a worn-out tune, let it echo off a harvest moon. Every note got a life I've known. Yeah, I'm still singing them old C10 songs. Hey, hey. Hand-me-down parts and a second-hand dream, pieced together like a melody. Every boat got a story it could tell, like a verse I know a little too well. Turn the key and it answers back, not just steel, it's a memory track. Every scratch got a line that belongs to a chapter song in them old C10 songs. Hey, hey, I'm singing them old C10 songs. Yeah. Like a jukebox built on vinyl and chrome. Every gear shift clicks right where I belong. Man, I found my way in them old C10 songs. Crack the night with a worn-out tune, let it echo off a harvest moon. Every note got a life I've known. Yeah, I'm still singing them old C10 songs. Hey! It ain't just wheels and it ain't just sound, it's the way these moments get passed around, from a voice on tape to a crowd out loud, from a quiet ride to a Friday crowd. And when the last song fades and the keys hang up, it's these melodies that outlive the truck. We're singing them old C10 songs. Hey, every voice now, sing along. From the first ignition to where we've gone. Yeah, we've all been raised on the most C10 songs. Sing it loud, let it roll on through. Every mile feels a little more true. Long after the drive moves on, we'll be singing them old C10 songs. Hey. Hear it ring as the road rolls on, still singing them old C10 songs.
There you go. All right, our next song up here is called Got That Old C10 Attitude.
Sons of coffee in my cup from a beat-up can. Radio crackling, old song rolling through the lane. Truck sitting quiet, but I know what she'll do. Sounds like my life every time I turn that key and move. Hey! 4 years deep in a backyard dream, prime of great pride, know what I mean. Ain't about money, it's the blood and sweat. Every scar on the steel's one I won't forget. They can shine up, trailer them in, but they don't know where this thing's been. I got this little rough around the edges, but she pulls me through. I ain't built for show. She's built for truth. Yeah, every mile tells a story you can't undo. Yeah, I don't need chrome or a brand new view. Just a small block heart and a bench seat view. Yeah, I write my life in every bold and groove. I got that C10 attitude. Pulling in slow to a parking lot line. Hear the heads turn before I even shut it down. Mustang boys and them high dollar rides, but they walk on over just to see what's inside. Handwritten tag hanging in the glass, year, make, model, and a whole lot of past. They ask me what it's worth, I just grin. You can't put a price on the road I've been. Yeah, she ain't perfect, but she's mine. Every dent's a mark in time. I got this a little rough around the edges, but she pulls me through. Ain't built for show. She's built for truth. Every mile tells a story you can't undo. Hey! Yeah, I don't need chrome or a brand new view. Just a small block heart and a bench seat view. Yeah, I write my life in every boat and groove. I got this C10 attitude. Hey! Late nights under them old shop lights, turning wrenches while the world slept tight. Neighbors talk, but they don't understand. This ain't just a truck. Yeah, I got that C10. Little louder, little prouder, a little more rude. Ain't built for fight, just built for the man that's got something to prove. Yeah, let them stare, let them all assume. This old truck's got nothing left to lose. But she fires right up and she sings that tune. Yeah, I got that C10 attitude. Yeah, it ain't just steel, it's a state of mind. C10 attitude, yeah. Ride or die.
show to pedal to the metal. I want to... You're listening to Pedal to the Metal. Motors and music. Where the engines are loud and the music hits just as hard. Classic cars, hot rods, monster trucks, and the stories behind the builds. Mixed with the music that fuels the ride. From the show field to the arena floor, we bring you the horsepower and the center to match. Stick around, we got more coming your way. But first, a word from our sponsors.
When your equipment goes down, your whole day comes to a stop. That's where Garner Repair comes in. Owned and operated by Austin Garner, Garner Repair brings professional, reliable mobile equipment repair right to you. No hauling, no waiting, no wasted time. From engine repair to hydraulic systems to electrical diagnostics and full preventative maintenance, Garner Repair keeps your equipment running strong. Whether you're on a job site, a ranch, or out in the field, Austin shows up ready to get the job done right the first time. Fast response, honest work, dependable service you can trust.
Call 303-588-7940. That's 303-588-7940.
Or email garnerrepair@gmail.com. Garner Repair, keeping your equipment moving so you can keep moving forward.
Hey, lug nuts, need a pick-me-up to start your day. There's a place in Parker that'll get you going. Rise and Grind Coffee has bold espresso, strong coffee, smooth lattes, plus chai teas and cold. Smoothies, regular or decaf, whatever you're in the mood for. Hungry, grab a hot breakfast burrito or a fresh muffin, quick, simple, and ready to roll. Got something coming up, any event or party you're planning, they've got a portable coffee cart that brings the coffee right to you. Fresh drinks served on site. Local spot, good coffee, good people. Rise and Grind Coffee, fueling your day, one cup at a time.
Hey, Colorado, get ready! The second annual Tri-Lakes Cruisers Truck Show is rolling into Monument, Colorado on June 14th, 2026. Bring your ride out to the legendary Big Red at 146 North Jefferson Street in Monument and be part of one of the coolest truck shows in the state. We're talking classic trucks, custom builds, lifted rigs, and clean street cruisers, all lined up with the Rocky Mountains as your backdrop. Move-in starts at 8 a.m. and the show runs from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Registration is just $35, and every dollar helps support the Tri-Lakes Cruisers Automotive Scholarship Fund. Presented by Hefty Fabworks. This is more than a show. It's a community, a passion, and a day you don't want to miss. So shine it up, fire it up, and roll in. For full details, scan the QR code or visit www.trilakescruisers.com. That's June 14th in Monument, Colorado. The Tri-Lakes Cruisers Truck Show, where horsepower meets the mountains. And now, we return to Pedal to the Metal. Motors and music. With your host, Roller.
You know, y'all are ornery out there tonight. I can just tell it. I can just feel it in the water. Y'all want me to dance. Scots want me to get up on the table and dance, and this table barely holds what I got on it, let alone putting 2-ton Tessie up there and me, you know. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to be doing no dancing. I don't think I got enough R&R to make me do some dancing. You know what I mean? Anyway. Oh, well, you guys are nuts. That's why I love you. I love you all, though. You're all my family. Yeah, you know, maybe I'm the king of the nuts, huh? Yeah, yeah. Hey, I didn't show you my new hat here, did I? Look at here. Look at my new hat right here. Hold on just a second. I'll model it for you. Right here. There we go. 11 herbs and spices. Well, crispy chicken. Crispy chicken right there with 11 herbs and spices. Yeah, I got myself one of them there new Kentucky Fried chicken hats. You know what I mean? Like a bucket. It's like a bucket right there, you know? So, anyway, you could tell me what you think of my hat. And I don't want to hear nothing bad. I don't want to hear nothing bad about the hat. You know what I mean? Nothing bad. So, let's see here. Yeah, so let's see what y'all are talking with Scott here. Y'all are cooking something up here, I think. Oh, Lord, Scott. Scott, you have seen one. Y'all are bad. That's all I can say. You guys are bad. Or bad. You know, I need to play my wife's song right fast here for Mother's Day. This goes out to Mama Roller right here. It's called I'm Your Superman. We'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal. Motors and Music.
Sun comes up, coffee's on. You're already halfway gone. Holding down this life we made. Strong as steel, but soft as rain. I see the worry in your eyes, even when you try to hide. Girl, you carry way too much. Let me be your steady touch. You don't need to worry, I'm your Superman. I'll be your shelter, I'll be your stand. When the world comes crashing in, I'll be right there. Take it on the chin. Through the hard times, through the plans, through every dream we're chasing hand in hand. You don't need to worry, don't you understand? As long as I'm breathing, I'm your Superman. Late night talks, front porch swing, and you're my everything. My everything. Every mile and every scar led me right to where you are. I ain't perfect, never claim, but I'll fight like hell through wind and rain. For every tear that falls from you, I'll believe you don't need to worry. I'm your Superman. I'll be your shelter. I'll be your stand when the world comes crashing in. I'll be right there again and again. Through the years and shifting sands, I'll still be reaching for your hand. You don't need to worry, don't you understand? Forever and always, I'm your Superman.
There you go. I'll be your Superman. This one, okay. We're just gonna go ahead. This is a good one. We're just gonna let it play. Walking with the Legends on Beale. I love this song.
Neon flickers on the sidewalk, Memphis night alive. Footsteps echo down the pavement where the blues still thrive. From the days of theater to club handy's old stage glow, every corner's got a heartbeat from 100 years ago. I passed by Rum Boogie Cafe, hear a guitar cry, like a king of blues still bending notes that never die. And I swear I hear a piano rolling through the night, like Fats Domino's still playing somewhere out of sight. I'm walking with the Legends on Beale tonight, where the past and the present collide in the light. Every doorway's got a story, every shadow's got a name, and the ghosts of the music still fan the flame. Yeah, I'm walking with the Legends on Beale. They say a young man once walked here, quiet, watching every move, learn the soul of every rhythm, every Memphis groove. Elvis Presley found his fire in these midnight sounds. Now his echo rides the breeze when the sun goes down. I feel a Lucille crying in the humid air tonight, that sweet sting of 6 steel strings cutting through the night. You can hear B.B. King in every note that lingers on, like he never really left, just kept playing on. I'm walking with the Legends on Beale tonight, where the past and the present collide in the light. From the stages to the sidewalks, every scar and stain still carries every chorus, every loss and gain. Yeah, I'm walking with the Legends
something in the distance, just out of sight. Every step I take, I ain't alone at all. I can feel them in the rhythm of this southern call. Yeah, I'm walking with the legends on Bill. Just a man and a memory, and a street that never sleeps.
You know, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about that song, but I really like that song a lot. I don't know why. It fits the groove, if you know what I mean. It just fits the groove right there. What time we got? 6:52. We still got a little time here. Let's see what else we got here. You know, here's a song that I wrote for my niece, my brother Bob's daughter. When she was just a little girl, the first time I ever met her, she just would scream when she seen any kind of a male other than her dad. And I showed up one night coming. I used to drive from Amarillo, Texas on Tuesday. I would work the auction on Tuesday, drive Tuesday night up to Denver, and then I would work the sale on Wednesday, and then drive from Denver to Albuquerque for Thursday's sale, and then drive back home on Thursday night and go back to Amarillo. But anyway, me and Tawny, that's her name, and she's just getting ready to be a mama, and she is, hey, Tim Dudley, how you doing, my brother? Anyway, she's just a bright light in my world, and she's got a beautiful husband. He's such a good guy, and I liked him and I told her, well, the first time I met him, I said, Tawny, if I don't like him, I'm just going to beat him up. That's all there is to it. And he's just an awesome dude, man. He's just so cool. Brandon is such a good guy, and they're getting ready to have a little baby, and so I thought, you know what, I need to write a song. Well, Tawny and I bonded over broccoli, and so we called them trees, and I made some kind of a goofy joke about them and called them trees and stuff. And man, me and her bonded over that. So our whole life together has always been about broccoli and trees. So this is a song that I made for Tawny right here. Hold on.
I remember the day that I first met you, sitting at a table, didn't understand me yet, with your mom and dad, just a quiet little girl. Didn't know if I'd pass your test. Then a plate came out with broccoli on it. You looked up and your whole world changed. I said, hey kid, I call those trees. And you smiled when you heard me say it. And just one night it all came true. Those little trees brought me to you. Tiny, yeah, that's how you say her name. Spelled a little different, but her heart's the same. From that night on, I knew inside Through the years, through the tears, through every road and every mile, and I'll be right here through it all, watching your forever smile. I watched you grow up right before me. Every year just made me more proud. From a little girl who loved those trees, to standing strong and standing tall. And then you found a man who loves you right. Brandon's there and I can see the way he looks at you says everything. You've got the life you're meant to be. Now there's a new life on the way, another heart, another day. Tiny, look at who you are, from that little girl to shining star. And now you'll hold a life so new and feel that love come back to you. Tears, through every road and every mile, I'll be right here through it all, watching your forever smile. It's gonna be a little girl, another piece of your whole world, and I guess I start all over again, hoping she'll let me. But if she don't, that's alright. I'll still be there in my own way, 'cause those old trees still stand tall. They'll remember that first day. Tiny, I hope you always know how much love you've helped me grow. And I love the woman you've become, every race you've ever run. And I love the life you've made, and the love that Brandon gave. And I love that little girl more than anything in this world. Through the years, through the tears, through every road and every mile, I'll be right here through it all, watching your forever smile. Hey kid, I still call them trees, and I'm still right here by your side.
All right, let's see here. What do we got next here? Whoop. Now, let's not do that. Hold on just a minute here. We ain't heard this one in a while. Let's do this one. This is called Produce Stand Angel.
Selling produce from a stand on a county road by the interstate line. All I've done since I was a boy was live this simple life of mine. Said we would slow that Sunday afternoon, so I sat with my back to the road, strumming on that old six string, singing the songs I've always known. I was singing He Stopped Loving Her Today by old George Jones in
himself. Just a lonely tune for the open air and the tomatoes on the shelf. Then I heard a voice like an angel, soft as a summer breeze. I turned around and there she stood, the most beautiful sight I'd ever seen. She said, keep on singing that old song. Your voice sounds like heaven to me. Somewhere between George Jones and Charlie Pride is where your heart ought to be. I almost gave up on love till the good Lord sent me your way. Now I believe in miracles at a little produce stand today. I set that 6-string down a moment, didn't know what I should say, but she smiled and said, please keep singing, don't let that music fade away. So I picked that old guitar back up, let the country music play, and somewhere between those old love songs I saw love back in her eyes that day. She said, keep on singing that old song. Your voice sounds like heaven to me. Somewhere between George Jones and Charlie Pride is where your heart ought to be. I almost gave up on love till the good Lord sent me your way. Now I believe in miracles at a little produce stand today. She stayed around most of that afternoon while the sun moved low in the sky. Listen to every country tune like the words were written for her and I. When it came time for her to leave, she turned and softly said, can I stop by and see you again? 'Cause I think I'm in love instead with a produce stand singer on a quiet country road, where a 6-string and a broken heart found a love it didn't know. She said, keep on singing those old songs. Your voice still sounds like heaven to me. Somewhere between George Jones and Charlie Pride is where your heart will always be. Now the Lord writes love stories in ways we never planned. Mine started with a country song at a roadside produce stand.
All right, guys, 7:05 right now. We got to call Russ at 7:15. So we'll be right back here after these words from our sponsors.
Are you looking for something to jumpstart your podcast or your YouTube intro? Well, if you are, we've got some pretty great news. Now you can get that professional sound just like the big-time productions you hear on the radio. That's right, clean, crisp, powerful audio that grabs attention from the very first second. We help folks just like you bring their content to life. Whether you're launching a podcast, building a YouTube channel, or starting that next big thing on TikTok. And let's be honest, it doesn't matter what platform you're on. If your audio doesn't sound right, people tune out. That's where we come in. From intros and voiceovers to full production sound, we'll take what you've got and elevate it to the next level. So if you're serious about sounding like a pro, it's time to step it up. Check out a few samples below and hear the difference for yourself. And when you're ready to get started, contact Roller at jeffrichards327@gmail.com or TexasRich at texasrich@c10americamagazine.com. Your audience is listening. Make sure you sound your best.
Looking to bring your ride back to life? Or just clean it up and make that beater look better than ever? At Sunrise Riding Custom, we turn worn out into wow. From rust repair to full restoration to complete customization, we've got you covered. Need something to stand out at the next show? We specialize in pinstriping, custom lettering, and one-of-a-kind paint that makes your ride truly yours. Whether it's a classic cruiser, a shop truck, or your daily driver, we take pride in every detail because your ride deserves it. Located in Parker, Colorado, Sunrise Riding Custom is your go-to shop for craftsmanship that turns heads. Give Jeff Lytle a call today at 983-217-3239. Or follow along on Instagram at sunrise_ride_custom. Sunrise Riding Custom. We don't just fix cars, we bring them back to life and a whole lot more.
Looking for something unique? Something creative? Something that stands out from the crowd? Then it's time to check out Jesse Scott Crafts and Creation Studio. From custom creations and personalized gifts to one-of-a-kind artwork and handcrafted designs, Jesse Scott brings imagination to life with creativity that's truly endless. Whether you're looking for something special for your home, a gift for family or friends, or custom pieces made just for you, this is the place where ideas become reality. Visit the website today at www.jessescott.com. And while you're there, be sure to follow Jesse Scott Crafts and Creation Studio on Facebook to see the latest projects, designs, and custom creations. Need to talk directly? Give them a call at 715-721-5999. Jesse Scott Crafts and Creation Studio. What can we create for you today? The possibilities are endless.
Sunset hot rod and custom. Come join pedal to the metal, motors and music today. car show. We're laying rubber down. Hot rods and classics rolling through the gate. Lost soul cars rumbling, sounding mighty great. Low riders gleaming, rat rods full of soul. Engines singing loud as the good times roll. Cruising the steel city, home in the sun. Pedal to the metal, yeah, the show's begun. Families and friends, everybody come see the finest rides rolling through the steel city. Oh, yeah. May 31st, mark it on your calendar now. 9 in the morning, engines rumbling loud. 131 Broadway Avenue, the place to be, where the hot rods gather in the Steel City. Scope be shining bright when the judging is done. There's flame and crow and the votes are won. Friends and families cheering loud and proud as the fighters ride, stand out in the crowd. Cruising the Steel City, chrome in the sun. Pedal to the metal, families and friends, yeah, the show's begun. Cruising the Steel City, cruising the Steel City.
All right. We're back right now, and we're getting ready to get a hold of Mr. Russ Steely right here on the show. Russ is a longtime friend of mine and monster truck driver extraordinaire. Got a great story, and I'm glad to bring this one to you. So let's go ahead and give him a call right here. 8, 3, 2. Let's see if we got dial tone. Yeah, we got dial tone.
Hello.
What's up, dude?
What's happening, man?
Just jamming out and having the first part of the show, and now we're getting into the meat and potatoes, baby. Now to the meat and potatoes.
There we go.
How you been?
I'm good, man. I'm doing good. How you been?
You know what, bro? Doing okay. Had a busy weekend. Had a classic car sale this weekend and stuff, and went and sold some cars, and now we're ready to start the regular work week again, and that's about it. Are you still driving the fuel truck and stuff?
Nope, I'm retired.
Just got retired, huh?
Yep, I retired, and so I actually own my own business. In 2012, I started my own business.
What
And
was
I just
that?
sold it in September.
What was that?
Graphic design and embroidery and screen printing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did that for 13 years.
Is that a profitable business?
It did me very, very well.
Did it really?
I started with nothing. Yeah, that might be a good story for the podcast later. Jimmy Cretin was my first customer.
Really?
Yep.
And you started doing all his show shirts and stuff?
Yep, I did all the shirts, and then a bunch of other drivers saw it, and I mean, I literally never ever did any advertising. Everything was word of mouth.
No way.
Yep, and I ended up selling it to my nephew, who worked for me for 9 years, so now he has it.
So did you have a degree in graphic design or something, or what was up with that, man?
Jeff, I went from driving a fuel truck to I bought a machine and I had no idea how to thread it. And I went to a 3-day class down in LA, and that's how I learned how to do it.
Really?
It just took off like a grass fire.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yep.
So everything it wasn't screen printed, it was embroidered then.
I started doing the screen printing,
Uh-huh.
and there was a lot of work involved in the screen printing.
Oh, there is.
And I figured out I figured out the overhead for embroidery is way less. So the
Uh-huh.
machines were more. So I found a machine out of a storage unit and I bought it and it was almost brand new. I had all the paperwork with it. It only had 10,000 stitches on it. Okay. That same machine now has over 80 million stitches on it.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was
That's
very
crazy.
fortunate. Isn't
That's
it? Isn't it?
That's crazy. I've been looking at. Of course, he sold it already, but me and the guy have become good friends. Uh, I was looking at a machine to do some just iron transfers, and making some show shirts and different things like that for
Yeah.
the show and selling it. And then it does ball caps and pins and all that. But he got rid of it. I sat around too long, and hey,
Jeff,
it,
you can do that shit yourself, dude. It's so easy.
I know that's what they say. I mean, and
Buy
it
a
doesn't
fucking
take
heat
up a
press on
lot.
Amazon.
What's
Yeah,
that?
and buy a heat press on Amazon for 150 bucks.
Right?
And I can tell you where to get all your transfers made. And dude, it is so easy.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I just wanted something, because I work with a company called Fourth Wall, and you can do heat transfers, or you can do embroidery work, but they just charge ridiculous prices, man. I mean, to tell somebody, hey, I need you to go buy one of my hoodies for me for my show, and when they get done, it's over $70. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Okay.
$70. It's ridiculous, man.
Yes.
And yeah, I make a little bit, but I mean, I make a little bit. I don't. They make the lion's share, and I'm just like, I'm out. I'm out on that, man. I'm not
So they're
interested.
buying those hoodies. They're buying those hoodies for 10 bucks,
Right.
and those transfers are about $1 each.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So the markup is fucking ridiculous.
Yes, guaranteed,
Yeah.
guaranteed. Well, number one, thank you for being on the show, bro. I really appreciate it, man. It's been a long time coming. I know you've been battling some issues and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
you've been in the hospital and stuff. But it sounds like you're doing pretty good now, huh?
I'm doing better. I've had, let's see, September, I had my second spine surgery on my neck. I had my first one was in 2023. They fused me, and then I had a back surgery. They fused my back. Then I went in and they did my neck again, but they did two levels above where they had already fused. So they did a disc replacement. So I got artificial discs in my neck, which is crazy. And then they did that was in January. No, let me back up. That was in September. They did my neck, and then they did another back surgery in February. So it seems like all I've been doing since 23 is I'm in recovery from a surgery.
That's crazy,
So
man.
it just gets old, and they want to do another one on my back, which was supposed to have been this month, but I postponed it because I'm just at that point where I'm just done for a little bit. I need some time.
Yeah, I mean, God, just some time just to start feeling a little normal again would be
Yeah.
a
Yep.
big deal, than having to live on pain pills and all the other bullshit that they come up with, that you got to come up with and can't do, and the restrictions here and there. I mean, it's got to be crazy, man.
Yeah. It gets old. I'm not one that I don't like to take pills. The only time I'll take a pain pill is if I just cannot stand the pain.
R-
Otherwise, I'll just grin and bear it. But when you do a spine surgery, you can't lift anything heavier than a gallon of milk. You can't bend over. You can't twist. Nothing for like, let's see, my last one was 6 weeks. I couldn't
Wow.
do anything. So I couldn't even take the trash out. So I'm just at a point where I was just fed up with it. And then on top of that, I'm battling my MS that I was diagnosed with in 2023.
Right.
And that's been upgraded to progressive MS. So it's not getting better; it's only getting worse. So it's that really has changed my whole life a lot.
Do you have any kind of special medication that you have to take with it for that kind of stuff, man?
Yeah, I'm on the highest form that they have out on the market today, which is an infusion treatment, which is it's kind of administered the same way as chemotherapy is.
Uh-huh.
I'm on that now, and unless there's a cure that comes out or something better, I'll be on this for the rest of my life.
Really?
But MS won't kill me; I'll die with it. So is a debilitating nerve disease. So basically, what it is you take a piece of automotive wire and you strip the insulation off,
Right.
and your nerves are touching each other, so it's like shorting out. So it just messes from your brain all the way down your spine, and it screws with my legs more than anything.
Does it really?
In my memory. Yeah, I mean, like, I'll wake up tomorrow, I'll feel fine, I'll walk fine, looks like nothing's wrong with me, right? 2 days later, I'll wake up and I can't hardly walk. I have to use my cane.
No way.
Yeah, yeah, you don't know what you're gonna get when you wake up, man.
Man, it's like a roll of the dice, I guess, huh?
You know what it is, dude, and I've learned I've accepted it. You know, it's part of my life now. I just deal with it. My wife works great with me and helps me a lot get around. And there's days I can't do stuff, and I hate it because I'm not one that takes naps. I'm not one that sits in the house. But there's days I can't do shit, so I got to sit in the house because my legs don't want to cooperate, and it causes me to fall. And I don't want to hurt myself by falling
Right,
and thinking.
yeah.
You know, my brain is saying do it, but my body's saying no. So you got to kind of take the in between, and just deal with it.
Wow. So do you think a lot of the back stuff was for monster trucking?
All of it was from monster trucking. According to my surgeon, which I go to Stanford, which is around here where I'm at. It's one of the best hospitals to be at.
Right.
Most of my neck, they said, is from like whiplash. So when I first started racing back in 2004, all we put around our necks was a foam donut with a
Yep.
Velcro strap. That was it.
Yeah, that's true.
Every weekend, you know, the back of your neck muscles hurt like you got whiplash. And just when you get over the pain on, say, the following Thursday, well, Friday night you got another show, so you do it all over again. So for years, we wore that. Then they came out with the Hans and, you know, all the good stuff now. So the damage was done a while ago. I did break my back twice while racing. They call them compression fractures. So my very first show ever, I drove the barefoot truck in Greeley, Colorado. My first jump, I broke my back.
Wow.
First jump ever, yeah, broke my back and knocked the wind out of me. And I knew I had to keep going. You know, the truck was broke, but I didn't know shit about the trucks. So I thought in my head, I got to keep going. I can't just stop and, you know, bitch out because my back is hurting. I didn't know my back was broke. You know, I mean, you can still move my legs and arms and whatnot. So I went ahead and made, I don't know, 3 or 4 more jumps, and every jump it knocked the wind out of me. Just excruciating pain in my back.
Oh, man.
So when I finished that run, drove to the back, and I was doing that weekend with Gino Keinel. He was in Monster Patrol.
Right.
And I told him, I'm like, hey, man, something's wrong with my back. And I didn't want to say anything because at first, because I thought, well, I just got my chance, you know, that I've been dreaming of to drive a monster truck. And
Right.
now I'm going to, you know, bitch and cry that I got a hurt back. So for 6 more weeks, I kept going. And
Without
finally,
getting it looked at.
without getting looked at. Didn't go to Dr. One. I didn't say anything other than what I had told Gino. And that was Gino's last show with me. He was moving on.
Right.
So he never said anything to anybody. So that little stint in the barefoot truck was only, I don't know, 8 weeks long or something like that. And I finally decided, man, this is not getting any better. I need to go to the doctor. So I went to the doctor and they did some x-rays and he said, yeah, you got a compression fracture in your back. He said, there's no surgery or nothing like that to cure it. It just takes time. It'll heal itself.
Uh-huh.
So it took about 6 months before I was pain-free. And then I ended up switching jobs from Craig Christensen at that time to Jimmy Cretin.
Uh-huh.
And Jimmy wanted me to drive his bounty hunter truck in Klamath Falls, Oregon. And I was kind of afraid to, because I never told him either, you know, hey, I broke my back, blah, blah, blah. I just kept it, you know, on the down low.
Right.
And he wanted me to drive his truck. And I mean, this was against, at this show, Tom Mintz was there, Charlie Potkins was there. I mean, big
names.
dogs,
Yeah,
you know.
big names.
And here I am. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I got in it, and of course, at that time, even now, Jimmy's trucks are top notch. You know, front to back, top to bottom. And I did a few jumps, and you know, it was kind of, you could tell it was my first time because I wasn't doing anything spectacular. And I thought, okay, well, this is nice. It feels like I'm landing on a cloud. So then I kind of cranked it up a little bit and did all right. And ended up becoming a driver for Jimmy after that. And that was in 2000 and oh, that was about 2005, late 2005. And I
Wow.
retired from Jimmy in 2018. So I stuck with him the whole time.
But like you said, Jimmy's trucks were always top notch, man. And I mean, number one, if you would have had the Hans device in the early ages, you probably
Yeah.
wouldn't be having a lot of those problems. But dude, I mean, who would have thunk? I mean, the last thing I remember when I was in the business is that that was an ISP or whatever, that seat. That was the coolest
Yep.
thing out now, and now
Yep.
it's changed so much. Even since when I was in it, that it's amazing. I mean, just it better have, compared to some of the stuff that these people are doing nowadays.
The stuff they're doing now is pretty cool to watch. I would personally never want to do it. Like the backflips, I could have backflipped. Jimmy gave me the opportunity to do some backflips. I chose not to because of my back injuries.
Right.
I broke it twice, and I was like, nah, I don't want to do it. I don't want to get involved in that. One, I might like it and want to do more, and
Sure.
then end up with another broken back. So, and back at that time, I had a full-time job driving a gas truck out here in California. So I was flying in on the weekends, racing for Jimmy,
Right.
flying home. And I was a single parent, so I can't get hurt, doing a damn backflip. So I kind of stayed away from all that. But the stuff they're doing now and the technology they got with the safety, the seats. Now they got the seats that come around. It's just like NASCAR.
Yeah.
The head restraints that come around the side of their helmets. Where their heads can't go side to side. Back when Hans devices came out and the next gens, they worked great for the back and forward, but you didn't have anything for like a side slap. So
Right.
your head would still move on the side. So you still get sore neck. And some guys were putting the donut under their neck and putting the Hans on, kind of like a double kind of deal.
Uh
And
huh.
I tried that for a little bit, and it did all right. But then when they came out with the pads on the side of your helmet, that was cat's meow. You could almost do anything and get out of that truck like nothing happened. Your
Sure.
neck no longer hurt. So I did a few more shows with a seat like that before I fully retired, and I mean it was nice. I wish I had had that from the beginning. I probably wouldn't be going through all this
Yeah.
BS I got now.
Guaranteed, man. Guaranteed. Well, like we always do, we jump all over it during this show to different things. It just depends on how it starts out. But let's start out back when you were just a younger kid, man. I mean, what motivated you as a young kid to maybe want to get into something like this?
Yeah, years and years ago, they always had the tractor pulls that come around,
Right.
and back in the day, monster trucks was the side act. The main show was around the truck and tractor pulling.
Uh huh.
So my mom and dad would always take us, to the shows that were, local. And I just had a thing for loud motors. I love truck pulling. My dad was helping one guy that had a supermod puller that had a blower motor in it. And I kind of got to be up front and close to these trucks, and as a little kid, so it kind of got in my blood.
Uh huh.
And then all of a sudden, the monster trucks start coming to these shows. And my very first truck I ever saw was a truck called Cardiff Giant. It was a red Chevy truck. And I saw him back then. They would just drive over the cars, Jeff. I mean, no air, no nothing like that. Just popping windows out and crowd going crazy.
Right.
So I kind of started liking monster trucks, and then they kind of started developing a little bit more and more. And then I started putting them on TV. And then monster trucks became the main attraction. And then they started having monster truck shows here, around where I'm at. So I started going to them, and I remember telling my mom, sitting in the stands one night, I said, one of these days I'm going to be down there. You're going to be cheering for me. And of course, your mom back then, she's like, you think she believes what you're saying, but she's probably thinking, yeah, bullshit.
Right.
And so it was just something I always wanted to do, and it came down to I racing quads. I bought a couple quads back in the day, and when I got a little older in my teens, and screwing around, and I learned how to do stupid stuff on a quad, and I became the sideshow at a monster truck show over at the Altamont Raceway.
Uh huh.
Paul Schaefer, it was a Paul Schaefer show, and I went out there and I was doing jumps and whatnot, and I'd just gone through a divorce, so I was totally by myself. I didn't know anybody over there. And the show was done and over, and I was tying my quad down in the back of the truck, and I was getting ready to head home. I had about a 45-minute drive home. This guy walks up and starts talking to me about my quad and my racing. I didn't know who he was. And he said he would like to see me, what I can do in a monster truck. And it was Paul Schaefer. And I'm like, you own those trucks? And he goes, I own every one of those. And it was, Monster Patrol. He had Frankenstein, I think it was back then, Boogie Van.
Yeah.
He had a whole bunch of them out there, yeah. And so him and I, we talked over the phone a few times, and he hired me. And it was basically just a kind of a crew guy. I really didn't drive for Paul at all. And it just kind of wasn't my thing. It was an East Coast deal. I had never, ever been to the East Coast. And I packed up my suitcase. That's about all I owned. And drove back there, and immediately he put me in his semi-truck to drive straight back to Phoenix, Arizona. And I spent a couple of weeks out there promoting a show he was doing. And when I went back, I just kind of thought, man, one, I was homesick. I was still kind of young. Homesick, and I thought, man, this is not for me. I need to go back. So I ended up going back, and in that time, I started talking to Craig Christensen and got hired by Craig. And he's out of Ogden, Utah. So I'm thinking, okay, well, if I move to Ogden, that's a day's drive, and I could still be home, or my mom and dad could come visit me, whatnot. So I went to work for Craig for about a year, learned quite a bit. Craig was a pretty good teacher. And then I got in contact with Jimmy Creighton. And that's kind of where everything took off. Started talking with him. He hired me as a crew guy. Learned a lot from Jimmy. Jimmy's a very good teacher, very knowledgeable guy. And about that same time is when he hired Lindsey Wink. So Lindsey Wink and I became pretty good buddies, and we were on the road a lot together. And finally, after a year of crewing, he put me in a truck, and that's kind of how it all started. So back in 2006, actually 2005 is when I first started driving for Jimmy Creighton and Bounty Hunter.
And you piloted Bounty Hunter for quite a few years, right?
I did. I probably drove Bounty Hunter the most out of any truck I've ever driven. That and Iron Outlaw. So I would kind of go back and forth between the two. Lindsay and Jimmy were working out a deal before I even came along. Jimmy was going to hire Lindsay, and they were going to create a new truck for Lindsay. Well, that was Iron Outlaw. So that deal was already in the works for Lindsay. So when I came on board, that was his truck. And then Jimmy put me in his so he can spend more time at home with the family.
Right.
And then promoters didn't know who I was. And Jimmy had just won the freestyle championship that year in 2005. So literally the weekend after he won, we're in College Station, Texas. And I was driving Bounty Hunter. Well, promoters didn't know who the heck I was. So they're like, well, we don't want this guy in your truck. We don't know who he is. And now you're a world champion, so we want you. He said, well, I'm taking time off. How about I move Lindsay into the truck? Because everybody kind of knew who Lindsay was. He drove, back in that day, he drove Jurassic Attack a lot.
Right.
So they moved him into Bounty Hunter and me into Iron Outlaw. And then that's where I got my feet really wet, was in Iron Outlaw and learning from Lindsay, who also was a great teacher. And then after promoters kind of knew that I could go out and put on a show, then we kind of switched back because Lindsay wanted his own identity in Iron Outlaw.
Sure.
I didn't give a shit what truck I was in, just as long as I was in a monster truck.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
it didn't have to have a name on the side. I would have drove it.
the nobody, or whatever. Yeah. Exactly.
I'll be the nobody. I'll be the Ann Moore truck.
Yeah, exactly. So, dude, when we were doing shows together, your back was hurting then.
Not so much. So I really didn't go through a lot of back pain. So after I had the compression fractures, the 6 months time it healed itself.
Right.
I really didn't have a lot of back pain around that time. If anything hurt, it was my neck over anything.
Right.
But when you and I worked together, I didn't experience all that. I was just kind of ready. At that time, I was ready to be out of the truck. And when I was running shows and hanging around with you guys, I was having a blast doing that. It was a good time. I didn't really miss driving. And even when I drove Black Knight at that one show up in Oregon with you, I was kind of like, okay, I don't care if I drive next weekend or not. It
Right.
just wasn't my thing. It kind of sounds cocky to say this, but I don't mean it that way. Kind of been there, done that kind of thing.
Right.
Um, I was never one to be in the limelight, like, oh, I got to be on TV. I want to race Monster Jam only. Out of anything, I would rather not do Monster Jam and do the county fairs, in the smaller shows because they were more fun.
Right.
So it just didn't bother me to be a household name in the sport. I didn't give a shit about anything like that.
Right. Well,
So
well, don't you think that doing the smaller shows, you can be you? You're not worried about, am I doing exactly what the promoter wants me to do for Monster Jam? Am I following the script? At least at the smaller shows, you can go out there and you got to make. You got to make two hits in a wheelie contest. You got to run racing, and then you do freestyle, and then you're done.
yeah.
With Monster Jam, you never really know, I guess.
So I'll tell you why I kind of made my decision on the whole Monster Jam thing. I really didn't give a shit if I did another show for them or not. I did it back in that day. I think it was 2007. They called it the Monster Jam Summer Heat Series.
Uh huh.
So we were down in Waco, Texas, and it was a 4-day event. And we had Pablo Huffaker and Gravedigger was down there, and I was in Outlaw. So it was a Saturday. I think it was a Saturday show. I went out, and back then they had the wheelie contest, they had the donut contest, they had racing, and then freestyle. I went out and won a wheelie contest. I won donuts. I won racing, and I tied Pablo in freestyle. Normally that don't happen. I was just happened to be on a rail that night, so everything was kind of going my way.
Right.
And so they want to do a cheer off. So they bring Pablo and I up to the front on the front raceway, and the announcer, he goes, "All right, how about Russell Steely and Iron Outlaw?" Hey, yay, yay, yay. Then he goes, "How about Pablo Huffaker and Gravedigger?" I literally turned around and walked off before the crowd could even cheer because I thought, well, I lost it right there on your announcement.
Right.
You don't give a shit about me. All you want is your guys' guy to win because Gravedigger is obviously owned by the company.
Right.
So that's when I was like, I'm done with Monster Jam. I don't give a shit about them. They want their guys to win. They don't care who I am. So why go out and wreck my stuff when they don't care about me and they want their guys to win? So I just kind of cut ties with all of that. And I ended up only doing 2 more shows for Monster Jam after that, which was at least 5 to 7 years later.
Wow, that's
I'm just not a script guy. I'm not going to follow the script. You know what I mean?
I totally get where you're coming from because back when I was working with Danny and they sold out to Amp, uh,
Yeah.
I got to meet Scott and everybody, and then all of a sudden Scott's sister got involved, and don't get me wrong, the Hearts are totally awesome people, from Dennis to Scott to his sister, all of them. They're just great people, but they they had 10 tons of money, and they didn't understand a monster truck show at all. And so they would hire people, okay, well, tell me what I should do. And then they got people that are on, I go to this one show and they said, okay, now you have to wear this earpiece. And I said, why do I have to wear an earpiece? And they said, well, because we can tell you what to do. I said, we have a problem here, Houston. Number one, I've been going on probably 10 years at the time. I said, I don't need any help. I really don't need anybody to tell me what to do. I know the script frontwards, backwards, sideways. I know everything there is. And if something dies in the middle of the show, I know how to keep carrying the show. I said, I don't need anybody. And they said, well, this is the way we're going. We want. So I thought, well, I'm going to be a team player. So I go out there and I got this earpiece in my ear, and I got this. I'm going to be nice, okay? I'm just going to be nice. I have this young kid up in the booth that's watching the show, and he's telling me, okay, now, roller, you need to do the roller, you need to do. And I looked up at him, and I took the earpiece out of my ear. I unhooked it from the cable that it was hooked into, threw it on the ground, and crushed it. And I just knew that at intermission it was over with, man. I was going to be replaced. And they
Yeah.
come down. They said, "What is going on? What was happening?" And I said, I was getting a bunch of feedback. I kept hearing this guy tell me something. I couldn't understand what it was, so I just got pissed off and threw it on the ground. They said, "Well, how are we going to tell you what to do?" I said, "If you'll just let me do what I do, just do what
Yep.
I do, I can carry this show. I mean, we could be one truck and I'll carry this show for you." I said, "I'll help do whatever I got to do. I know what to do. I'm a big boy." And, I kind of slowly got cut out after that. Uh, but I didn't care. I was not going to be told what to do, just like you. You knew how to drive the truck. You knew what you had to do to make the crowd happy. And just let me do it, damn it. I don't want to get out there and be told what to do, you know? I mean, I know what you mean. It sucks.
Yeah. When I was driving for Jimmy, most of the time Jimmy wasn't there. It was Lindsay and I. Jimmy never held us back. We always had the green light for everything.
Right.
And usually Bounty Hunter was the money truck. It got more money than Outlaw to be there. So usually whoever's an Outlaw, you kind of tone it down a little bit so that Bounty Hunter can go out and do a little bit more. You don't want two wrecked trucks.
Right.
So, and I had no problem, filling either role. Well, you do shows for the smaller promoters, and they just want you to go out and do a good job. You don't need to not do a backflip because that's only for the company trucks.
Right.
They didn't care what you did. As long as you went out and put on a hell of a show,
Yeah.
they were happy. Most of my shows were with John Borba out here.
Yep.
And that guy, he gave me full reign of everything. He knew that safety was my top priority. Even if I saw somebody hanging on the fence, I wouldn't fire the truck up until they moved them.
Right.
It was just a big, a lot of things can go wrong, and this at the shows in a snap of a finger, and I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
I've heard of stories, and I actually did some donuts in Arizona one time, and a rock went up and hit this kid in the face and smashed his face up pretty good. And so from that point on, I never did donuts in front of the stands. I always went out to the center of the arena to do my donuts because I don't want to fling a rock up. All
Right.
that is another lawsuit. So you just kind of think of doing different things, but you get these promoters that they start building trust in you, and like John Borba did, and he started passing the torch to me, and then I became a show closer. So I was the last truck to go because he knew I could go out and be a closer, put on a hell of a show, not go out and make a stupid mistake. It happens. Go out and do a good job and close the show out. And that's what I like doing. I didn't give a shit about how many people are sitting in the stands. I don't care if there's 3 or there's 30,000. It don't matter.
Right.
Whoever's up in the stands, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to give them a show because they paid good money to sit there.
Yeah, it's the truth, man. It really is. I mean, Stanley Torgerson, when I got hired by him, he always used to say, go out there and do your job and leave them wanting more for next year. And
Yep.
and that was the whole moment. And why recreate the whole thing, man? When it's working, I mean, improve on it, but why recreate it? And I just couldn't understand that. I got to say hi to my niece for a minute. She's on here. Hello, Tani. How are you, my baby girl? I love you so much. But anyway, dude, you've been everywhere. You've traveled all over and stuff. What are some of your more memorable places that you've been to?
I've been to a lot of cool places being involved in monster trucks that I probably would have never have even thought of going in my lifetime. One that probably brings back some good memories is Montreal, Canada.
Uh-huh.
Up there in the I don't even know what they call that dome anymore. It's where the Montreal Expos baseball team used to play.
Uh-huh.
They had I believe it was the 78 Summer Olympics or something like that back there, 76, 78, whenever it was. So this floor, Jeff, is like 2.5 times the size of a normal football stadium,
Right.
NFL stadium, just massive. So the promoter up there, he would put a van stack, a dollaride stack, a fire truck stack, a semi-trailer stack, a double bus stack, all on the
Oh,
same floor at
wow.
the same time.
How
So
cool.
everywhere you turned, you had a massive jump in front of you.
Right.
And he had them spaced out enough to where, if you land it right, and you can pull into a slap wheelie or just carry, a lot of speed to the next jump. That's probably one of my most favorite floors to drive on. And it's a big dome, so everything echoes in there. And that place always sold out. I think they said it was like 55,000 Canadians there. He always did a good job up there on his attendance. And he would have, Jim Kohler would be there. And you'd have multiple champions on the floor at the same time that you're racing with. So it was really cool. It was kind of like, in my head, that was my world finals, when I went to Montreal, because of the lineup they had. You had pretty damn good trucks and drivers. And if you won, you did something right.
Right.
Now, all the years I went up there and did that show, I won freestyle one time.
But I mean, but you remember that freestyle win forever, all right?
I do. It's one of my best wins that sticks out of my head is up there. It was up. I had 3 former freestyle champions in that class.
Wow.
So it was I was pretty proud of myself for that one.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big bragger on anything because I really don't have much to brag on, but that one there, I do talk about quite a bit because I put on a hell of a show, and I actually debuted a Knucklehead monster truck.
Did you really?
At that show. Yep, that was the debut of that truck, and it was the 3D body.
Uh-huh.
And I did that show with Jimmy. He was in his truck, Bounty Hunter, and we had radios in our helmets at this time, and we could talk to each other. And he's telling me, we're sitting there laughing, having a good time on the radio, sitting there waiting for my turn to go. And Jimmy says, hey, Russell, go out, have fun, do what you do. He said, but just keep this in mind. He said, that body cost me $50,000.
Do what you do, but.
Yeah. So he sticks that in my head, and I'm like, oh, man,
Yeah.
I don't want to wreck this thing, on its debut, and, that's a lot of money.
Right.
They worked on this body for probably 2 years.
Right.
It was a long time. And I ended up going out and doing a good job of winning that show. So it just kind of, all the pieces fell into place. So that's kind of, a good thing for me to brag about, I guess.
Well, you do have bragging rights. So, bro, you told your mom as a youngster that you were going to do that one day, and you made your dream come true, man. I mean, how many people get a chance to really make their dream come true? Not very many, but because you're stuck in a humdrum job, you don't like it, you talk bad about it, you don't ever want to go to work. Me and you, we got up in the mornings and we loved exactly what we did,
Yep. I had a lot of kids come through Pit Party asking, how did I get involved? How can they become a monster truck driver? And I would tell them my story. Said, this was a dream of mine when I was your age. That's
Right.
all I wanted to do was go out and perform. And I happened to be at the right place at the right time, and all the pieces fell together. And here I am today, being able to do what I always want to do. So my dream comes true. So dreams do come true. Don't give up on them, So
True, yeah.
it was kind of cool to tell these kids that, and, they'd walk away all excited. And, hopefully if one of them got to do it, it'd be, really cool to be able to hear somebody else's story about that.
Sure, exactly. Russ, I never drove a truck myself. I mean, I take that back. I drove one, but I never in competitions or anything like that, But I mean, as an announcer, when you know that the show's flowing good and it's all, and it's doing really well and you got the crowd doing what you want, I guess it's the same thing as sitting in a monster truck when the show's going good and you're doing good and people are cheering and raising hell for you and stuff. It's just such a good feeling, isn't it?
When you put the helmet on, when you climb up in the truck, whether it's for intros or it's your turn to go out and race or freestyle, whatever it is, and you put that helmet on and you're getting your belts all tight and situated in there, that's when you get your head and you start thinking about what you're going to do. You get in your zone. And when let's say freestyle, for instance, when you go out there and you're doing a good job, you can tell by how much air you're getting. Because believe it or not, we actually know by how much we can wrap the motor in the air.
Right.
If you can wrap the motor 2 or 3 good wraps, if you're getting 4 or 5, you're up there for a while.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to hurt when you come back down, so
Right.
You better be ready. So you can just feel the flow within yourself that, hey, I'm doing a good job. I've thrown some donuts in there. I got a slap wheelie. I stood it up on the tailgate. I've aired it out. You know you're doing good. And I don't care what anybody says. You can't hear the fans. No way can you hear the fans over that damn motor in that truck and the helmet on. So, but if you glance over every once in a while as you're driving by, you can see people up on their feet, and you can see the cameras, you know, going off, whatnot. So you know when you're doing good, and you kind of, you know, you lay the whip down a little bit harder, maybe go another 2 or 3 jumps more than you normally would. So yeah, the once you feel the flow, it's kind of hard to stop sometimes.
Guaranteed.
I've actually this is funny, in Montreal. I was in Outlaw. I want to say it might have been my very first year there. I was having so much fun. They actually had to run out onto the track to stop me. Like, hey, you're doing too much.
You're doing the whole show. You're doing a weekend's worth of show. Stop, man.
Yeah, I actually got that on film. I'll have to send that to you. It's just funny. 2 guys came out waving their hands for me to stop.
You're like, but dude, I just now put in the other side of Led Zeppelin. I'm just jamming, man. You know, I can't stop. I just can't feel it in my body, you know. But
the song's not over. Give me about another 45 seconds.
Exactly. Or fill me up again and let me run again. Hold on just a second. But
right.
Well, hey, why don't we do this for a minute? Why don't we take a quick break? I want to play your song, and then we'll come back and we'll talk some more. You all right with that?
Let's do it, man.
All right, bro. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, this here is called Steel in His Blood. This is about my brother, Russ Steely. We'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music.
Born on a cold January morning, 75. Oh, Dale raised, yeah, he learned how to drive. Football fields and Friday night lights, but there was something louder calling deep inside. His old man worked the dirt, pulling iron through the ground. Engine screaming, that thunder rolling sounded. 12 years old, standing in the stand, said, one day, mama, I'll be that man. I'll be that man. High school nights in a lifted ride. Canal bank parties, yeah, they ran wild. 4-time champion, he knew how to win, but that fire in his chest said this ain't the end. Then a man named Paul Schaefer saw him tear it up one night on a quad in the dirt. Yeah, he liked what he saw in that fight. 2003, that door swung wide and Russ stepped into the other side. He's got steel in his blood and fire in his soul. From the dirt tracks running to the monster shows, from barefoot thunder to the outlaw roar. Yeah, Russ Steely always wanted more. Through the highs and lows, yeah, he paid his dues. From the red clay tracks to the blacktop grooves. When the engines scream and the crowd all stands, that's a lifetime dream in a working man's hands. Ran with KCM into Streams line. From 04 on, he was chasing time. Barefoot monster patrol, Spider-Man ride, bounty hunter chasing with the hammer down wide. Iron outlaw, red baron, flying high. Knucklehead crashing, Jurassic attack, riding by. Maniac nights and the Black Knight call. He drove them all, yeah, he gave it his all. Mama watched from those same old stands. Every jump, every crash,
Chevy pass he ran, and 2 months shy of his final ride, she saw him shine with tear-filled eyes. Then the lights went down, but the fire stayed lit. Some dreams don't die, they just get passed on a bit. Now his boys ride strong down that same old road with their daddy's name carved in the load. He's got steel in his blood and fire in his soul. From the dirt tracks running to the monster shows, from barefoot thunder to the outlaw roar. Yeah, Russ Steely always wanted more. Through the highs and lows, yeah, he paid his dues. From the red clay tracks to the blacktop grooves. When the engines scream and the crowd all stands, that's a lifetime dream in a working man's hands. Blown on alcohol, pulling heavy steel. 15 on, yeah, he knows how it feels. 3 trucks strong, now he's down to 1, but the fight ain't over. It's never done. Yeah, there's steel in his blood and fire in his soul, and that legacy lives every time they roll. From the past to the future, through the dust and flames, you'll always hear him calling out his name. From a 12-year-old dream to a lifetime of steel, Russ Steely rides on.
There you go, Stealing His Blood right there, the Russ Steely song. That's my brother from another mother. You know, dude, played football in high school. Did you think you were going to have a football career? Were you? I mean, 4 state champions. Somebody had to be good.
Yeah, we had a really good team back in the '90s, and we had one guy that went to the NFL. We had big guys on the team, and of course I was one of the smaller guys. I'm not a very big guy myself, but I played running back, so I always got to hide behind those guys and push them and get all the glory, you know.
Yeah, of
So,
course.
yeah, I thought I was going to be a superstar in football, you know, and it didn't work out that way. I ended up putting on a different helmet.
That's the truth. You know, we got we got fans in here, and they like to interact with the drivers and stuff and ask questions and stuff. And my cousin Debbie's on here. She listens every week, man. She's a big supporter. And wanted to know how much fuel on an average did you use for each show?
Well, kind of depended on, you know, what the show consisted of. But if we're going off of wheelie contest and racing and freestyle, we probably went through about 8 to 10 gallons. And you know what? I'd say every bit of 10 gallons you'd go through. Kind of depend, and it also depends on how heavy your right foot is.
Right.
So if it's a good size floor, you know, my foot always got way heavier, and you'd go through every bit of 10 gallons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I believe that the tanks were about 12 or 15 gallon tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you're doing the truck pulls and stuff. Now, you're still doing a few truck pulls, aren't you?
Yeah, I got one truck, and we had 3 at one time, and it was just way too much.
Right.
And most of the time, I do all the maintenance and take care of it myself. As my oldest son, he's the driver now.
Uh-huh.
He lives in Wisconsin, so most of the time he couldn't be out here to help get him ready.
Uh-huh.
So I downsized, sold off 2 of them, and the one I kept is the one I've always wanted. It's, you know, got the lift body, like a funny car body on it, and it's got a blower motor in it now, and that's my baby. So we still do some shows with that. I don't do a whole lot because of my MS. This MS is not good in heat.
Right.
It's 100, 105, 110 degrees out here in the summertime. So I try to make as many as I can. I might be down to maybe 8 to 10 a year. Where before it was probably around 16 to 20 a year. So we cut down quite a bit. So we do a lot of shows with that. I've been back to Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota. We've gone up to Oregon quite often. We go there. Been to Nevada, Arizona. I've been doing that. I bought my first truck in 2012. And I grew up around that, so I guess if you want to say I went back to my roots, And,
Right.
I always wanted my boys to be involved in it, so now I got my oldest. He's involved, and he likes to do a lot of the driving, which I don't mind. I do all the driving out here, and sometimes he'll come out and do a show or two out here, or if I'm back in the Midwest, he'll do some shows. But I'd much rather him drive because I enjoy working on them and getting them ready, and I like watching him drive and go out there and my truck perform as it should, and my boy's the one driving it. So it's just kind of like that's how I would rather him drive than me because I can't watch myself. And then if he screws up, I get to yell at him. So it kind of works out better to have him drive.
You get to be show him I'm the dad. You're getting ready to get the dad info here on you right now. So
yeah.
When I retired from the monster trucks, I had a good friend of mine that got me hooked up with a guy, and I was going to start doing some tractor pulls. I didn't know if I was going to like it or not, and I was just announcing the shows and stuff. But that's when kind of everything started happening with the cancer deal, and I just told him, I said, I got too much on my plate, I can't do it. But I think that's probably a big regret for me, not being able to, because I'll sit down and watch them every once in a while, and man, they look like they're a lot of fun.
They're truck and tractor pulling, the owners of the trucks and even the promoters, it's pretty much like one big family. You got your bad apples here and there, but everybody helps. I've had one. Okay, I'll give you for instance here. I was up in Oregon, and I had been up there the year before, and I went up there and I kicked everybody's butt. And the next year I go back, and let me back up. When I won that night, all the Oregon guys came over and they're shaking my hand. They're saying, "Hey, you got a nice truck. That thing screams. Hey, we're having a barbecue. If you want to come over and have a couple beers and a hamburger, you're more than welcome."
Right.
California, you don't get that. California, as everybody thinks, everybody walks around with their nose in the air, which is pretty much true. You got your good guys, don't get me wrong, but Oregon was just very accepting of me, and I was kind of surprised. So got to know a bunch of those guys, and they introduced me to other drivers, whatnot. So I became, an Oregonian, I guess, the big family up there.
Right.
So we go up there quite a bit. Well, I set my boy up. He came up for the first time. He had never driven a pull truck. And I set the truck up for him. And the track was just crappy. They put too much water on the track. The starting line was just horrible. It was almost a mud bog. We drew number one. And I think there was about 15 trucks in the class. And that's a pretty good sized class. And he went out, and I'm thinking in my head, I told him, start here, cross the track. By the end of the track, you should be on the completely other side. And he did exactly as I told him to. And I'm standing there watching him, and I'm like, shit, this is a good run. In my head, I said, I'm turning it down no matter what. And we're going to come back at the end of the class, and we're going to run after all this mud has been dried up and moved around. Well, I decided, I'm like, you know what? We're going to keep this run. I'm just going to chance it. We're going to keep it. And the kid ended up freaking winning. So his very first pass ever, he wins. So now he thinks every time I go out, I'm going to win.
Right.
I said, it don't work that way.
No.
I said, I'm the one taking the glory because I'm the one that set the truck up, and I told you where to go. I said, so you better be giving me the glory. So it's just a lot of good banter back and forth with him. I really enjoy him pulling with me and helping me, and hopefully after my day is come and gone, that he can take this truck and keep going.
Right, right. Uh, what is it? What kind of setup do you have to do to a pull truck in order to get it ready to go? I mean, what all do you have to take into consideration to say, okay, this truck's ready to go and to be backed up and put on the sled or hooked up to the
It
sled?
it's quite a bit. You would think, you just go out there and back up to the sled and choose what side of the track is going to be best and go.
Uh-huh.
Um, you got to be spot on with your air pressure and your tires, which is huge. 1 pound can make a massive difference in your distance, which is
Really?
crazy to think. Oh yeah.
Do you run a
Your
lot of
gearing,
air or do you run not too much air? I mean, what kind of
no, so like monster trucks is totally different.
sure.
You can run 8 pounds in a monster truck tire and be fine.
Yes.
Pull truck in the rears, you're going to run between say 22 and 30 pounds.
Uh-huh.
In the fronts, you're going to want them almost, sometimes with a wrinkle, kind of like you see the drag cars.
Uh-huh.
You're going to run anywhere from 6 to probably 12, depending on how soft or hard the track is. So you do your air pressures, you do your gearing. We have a quick change transfer case, just like the monster trucks have. We got the same thing.
Right.
So you pick your gearing for that. Then you pick your pill for your fuel on your motor, and tune your motor however you want. Advance the timing a little bit, take some out, and pick your side of the track you want. All of my trucks have always seemed to like hard tracks, so they pull better on hard tracks. I don't know why. Technically, hard tracks would be worse. You'd want the softer tracks so you can get a little bit better of a bite.
Right.
But mine always perform better on hard, so whatever. And you come out of the hole, you can walk it out, they say, before you go full throttle, or soft tracks, you might want to get on it a lot sooner. So there's a lot to take into consideration rather than just going out there and stabbing it,
Right. So you just don't when it hits green, you just don't mash it to the floor and take off.
Yep. Like my truck on a soft track, within the first 3 seconds, I'm full throttle.
Wow.
If it's a hard track, you're going to walk it out, and you're not going to be full throttle till probably around the 75-foot mark, which is, if we're going to go off of seconds, it's probably going to be around, say, 7 to 8 seconds before you're full throttle. So, it kind of varies,
Wow. So, Russ, tell me why do you keep the front tires so low, almost like a wrinkle slick? I don't understand, I guess.
Okay, so in truck pulling, if you don't have a weight bar in the front,
Yeah.
and you hook to that sled, the way the sled works, all the weight is at the back of the sled when you start.
Right.
When you get towards the end of the track, all the sled is at the end of the sled, the top end of the sled. So it's putting all that weight on the rear end of your truck, which, as it's going forward, it's loading the rear of your truck up, which is going to cause that front end to raise up.
Uh-huh.
So it's going to want to say do a wheelie. Well, on my truck, we had about 1,200 pounds hanging up front, and I moved the motor as far forward as we can per the rules to help with weight. So the reason you want to do the low air pressure in the front and wrinkle your tires up is as that truck raises up in the front, it's still keeping a big flat line of tread on the ground. So let's say you put 30 pounds of air in the front. Well, that's going to balloon your tire and round it up, right? So
right.
As it's going forward and it's raising up, it's going to put less tread on the track.
Uh-huh.
So the flat, it's kind of like driving on sand. You want to almost flatten your tires out to get momentum. It's kind of how same theory. It's how that works. The less air you have, the more tread you have on the ground.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Yeah.
So now, is there, do you have to get the truck certified every year and stuff like that, or every 4 years, or what is it?
Every year they go through and check your truck. You got to have, you got to have a kill switch on the back in case the chain breaks and you come loose of the sled. It'll kill your motor.
Does that happen quite a bit?
Oh yeah.
Does it really?
It happens a lot more than what you think. I've seen one guy actually rip his whole hitch off.
Wow.
Sometimes the chain, and they've made different kind of advancements, I guess you could say, with the hook. They now have a piece welded on the end of it that kind of helps the hook from not coming out if you start bouncing.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes guys don't know how to weld, so they think their bird shit welds are going to hold up, and when they start bouncing it ends up ripping the whole thing off.
Right.
So yeah, they go through, check your truck, um, which I mean, once you go through the tech and everything's done, very rarely do they make rule changes, each year, so that they kind of stay the same. But I mean, everything's pretty much the same as monster trucks. We're running driveline loops. We don't have tethers on our wheels. Obviously, we're not jumping, so wheels aren't coming off, nothing
Right.
like that. But I'm surprised they haven't went to kill switches, because there's times people will come loose from the sled or break a whole hitch off. I've seen it in person, and the truck stays running. So
Oh,
the kill
damn.
switch and the hitch is laying back at the sled, and the truck's still running another 100 feet down the track.
Snap.
So,
Oh, dang. That's
yeah,
great. And there's not a lot. I mean, the track, what's a pull track? How long is the distance?
300 feet.
Okay, so at 300 feet, and you got a big blowing motor truck like you got and stuff, comes undone. Just the launching of it is going to send that truck so fast to that 300 feet that you better have some kind of a shutdown area, or make sure nobody's standing in the way, just in case something does happen, I guess, huh?
Yeah, yeah, you're exactly right. And we don't have very good brakes. I'll be honest with you.
Right.
Before, I was running just a pinion brake, just like the monster trucks. I
Right.
only ran one on the front.
Uh-huh.
Well, they changed the rule. You got to have wheel brakes. So I put a wheel brake on each side in the front, and even that, they still don't work that good. So here in the off season, I'm adding another caliper. So I'm going to have two calipers per wheel, so to help me stop much better in case something does happen. We had to add rollers on the front of our weight box. So it's kind of like the big rollers you see on those drop boxes for garbage that they
Yeah.
roll down on the ground.
Yep.
So now we got those on the front, because it's actually happened where people have come loose from the sled, and the truck, you got all that weight going forward. Now your truck was just loaded in the back, and you rip the hitch off, say. Well, now it springs that truck forward. So now you're doing a nose wheelie.
Oh,
So
wow.
there were guys wrecking their shit. Now they made us put wheels on the front. So if that happens, now we're just going to roll down the track doing a stoppie, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
Wow.
I kind of hope something like that might happen. Maybe the chain breaks on me, and I get to do a stoppie going down the track. That's something cool I want to try. My wife might not like it, but I'm willing to try it.
There's my brother. There's Russ. There's the real Russ that I know, man. Right there, man. That's the guy that I know. I just hope one time that it does it so I can do it, Yeah,
Yep.
that's the Steely that I know for sure, man. Have you talked to Jeff lately? How's he doing?
He's doing pretty good. He's still doing the tile. Still
Uh-huh.
lives here in town. Yeah, he's doing really good. I think he's done with the monster trucks as well. Him and his boy were racing.
Oh, really?
They're racing for Team Throttle Monster.
Uh-huh.
Mike Christensen and Paul Jensen, and his son is now going to start taking over the business, so they're kind of concentrating more on that, kind of moving towards that direction. So I thought for a while Jeff was going to get his own truck and start doing some shows, but I don't know what really happened there.
Right.
He ended up driving for a couple other guys and a local guy here, and did a great job. And then he started doing some more traveling, did some Monster Jam stuff. And his boy got involved, Hunter, and he started doing a lot of shows. And I did a couple shows with him. They'd do monster trucks and truck pulling together, which was kind of cool. To see him out there doing that.
Right.
So yeah. I talked to Stuart. Remember Chow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I talk to him quite often. He's
Do
doing
you
really
really?
well up there in Oregon. Yeah.
He's still up there, huh?
Chugging on. Yep.
Oh,
yep.
Russ, huh?
Yeah, he's got a concrete business now, and he just opened up this month a shirt company. I forget what he calls it, but he's selling shirts and some hats and whatnot. I think it's more kind of toward the Harley Davidson kind of side of stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, but he's doing good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chow. I haven't. We worked good together, man. I was a big advocate in trying to keep him on and stuff. We did. He was a worker, man. But
You had to keep Chow in line, but
yeah,
that guy would get the job done. I'll tell you that. He
guaranteed,
was a
man.
worker.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was passionate. He had some passionate moments. It's like you just got to calm down, man. It's not just
Yeah.
calm down. You'll be
You know,
okay.
We did have a good crew and we had fun. And I miss those days. We had a lot of fun together.
We did, man. We had, I mean, with Miles and everybody, man. It was a blast. It really was. I,
Yep.
I still got the picture that we took in. I think it was Bakersfield, wasn't it, where we're all standing together out there in front with all of our crew shirts on.
Yep. You need
Yeah.
to send that to me. I want to frame that and put it in my shop.
Okay. All right. I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still got
Yep.
that, man. But you know, a single engine truck versus I mean, I see some of these tractor pull guys that come out and they got three, four engines on it. What's up with that, man? I mean, and it doesn't seem that they're doing that much better than a guy like you with a single motor in there. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand the concept of that, I guess. It's
Yeah,
more
the
is
way
it more
all
show?
that works. Um, yes, in a way it is. So the sled is set differently for each class. You know,
Oh,
you got,
okay.
you know, the weekend warriors that drove their truck to the show, they're pulling the sled, you know, very little weight. Then you get to my class, which is called super modified, and you know they're adding some weight. Then you get to those guys with the four engines, and they're adding every piece of weight that they can come up with, because those guys are running Hemi motors just like in the dragsters on
Sure.
NHRA. So they're putting out about 25 to 3,000 horsepower per motor.
Wow.
Yeah, so some of those guys are pushing 12,000 horsepower, depending on how many motors they got. Those
Damn.
guys doing that obviously have way more money to play with than I'll tell you what, than I do. I would love to have something like that, but the maintenance
Sure.
on those things is insane. But there's especially back where you're at in the Midwest area, there's millions of guys back there that have these goddamn things.
And they're all
Everywhere.
farmers. They're with big farms. It seems like.
Every one of them is a farmer. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody. Well, when I went to Wisconsin and Iowa, I never seen so many damn smoking tractors. You know, those big tractors blow all the black smoke out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Every farm you drove past, they had a tractor puller. And I am not exaggerating. I mean, it's pretty cool to see something like that back there, you know, because that's, you know, the Midwest to me, that's America. You know,
Yeah.
everybody still waves at you. You're still driving on dirt roads. You don't see garbage and homeless people all over the place. So, I mean, I love going back there. But yeah, those guys, there's a lot of money back in the Midwest, in the East Coast, in truck and tractor pulling. There ain't shit out here on the West Coast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a hobby for us. That's all this is a hobby.
Sure.
So those guys back there now, they've got, you know, the single engine tractor class. They got the twin engines, and then they got the mods, which are 3 to 5 engines. And there's a guy in Oklahoma who's actually putting one together right now that's going to have 8 Hemis on it. 8
No
motors.
way.
Yeah. He's going to be in a class all of his own, and he's supposed to have it out this year. He's been working on it for a few years, and he's putting 8 Hemis on this damn thing.
How do you get 8 Hemis to sync with each other? I mean, I don't that's the biggest thing I don't understand is how do they get, I mean, like back in the drag racing days when like TV Tommy Ivo and stuff, you know, he had the car with the 2 motors in it, but how do you get that many motors in sync to run together at one time to make power? I don't understand it.
So most of those motors are run crank to crank. So that's why you'll get these motors in tune so easily, because they're running crank to crank. So when the motor on the front left is running, it's running the motor on the front right.
Wow.
So once you get those motors, you know, fueled right, then you just kind of go down the line, and then they have this transfer case that, well, I don't know how he's going to do the 8 engine, but I'm going to speak on a 4 or 5 engine tractor. You can run your cranks all into this transfer case, and it transfers into one drive shaft that will go back to your rear end.
Wow.
It's real crazy. So if you ever look at one, you'll see, let's say a 2 engine, you'll see this big, long, oblong box behind it, kind of like aluminum, shiny aluminum.
Uh-huh.
And that's the box that's transferring all the horsepower to the back. That's how
Wow.
they get that done. It's pretty trip how they do that.
It-
Now
it-
they got guys stacking motors. There's Adam Bauer. He's got a 4-engine tractor, and between the front 2 motors, this is crazy. He's got a motor sitting right above him. How
Wow.
he's got that thing mounted, and I've never seen it in person, But how he has drive shafts running from that thing up there is beyond me. But these guys, what they're coming up with, I mean, technology, obviously, we all know gets better every second of the day.
Of course.
It's involved in tractor pulling, monster trucks, you name it, it's there. These guys are pushing the envelope as far as they can get it to be better than the next guy. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool to see what these people are doing.
Yeah, guaranteed. Well, like I
Yeah.
told you, we bounce all over with different things and questions and stuff. And have a young lady in here named Carter. She wants to know what's the highest you've been in a monster truck. How high have you jumped?
I did a show in Turlock, which is my hometown, and I went out. I believe I was the first truck out, and I jumped a levee. I mean, just a little 2-foot tall levee. And when I landed, front left tire breaks off. So I get out and I look at it, and I'm like, okay, I broke the entire hub. So I didn't break a spindle or anything, just the hub broke. So they wanted to tow me off. I said, nope, not in front of my hometown. I drove the truck off, got to the back, and Jeff Souza was crewing for me at that time. And we ended up getting that thing taken off, new hub put on. We were so crunched on time that we didn't even put oil in the hub. We just ran it dry. And I was able to come back last truck, and I was just pissed off because I broke something so stupid in front of my family, and all my friends were there. So I was like, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to lay the wood down on this run. What happens, happens. So I ended up hitting this jump, and I've never been as high as I did on this jump. And I was probably, I mean, obviously you can't measure that kind of stuff, but if I had to guess, I was at least 40 to 45 feet up in the air.
Damn, boy.
It was up there. And, you know, when I told you earlier, when you rap on it a few times, you know, if you get more than 3 raps,
Yeah.
you know, okay, I'm up here for a while, and I don't know where I'm at 'cause I'm still looking at black sky. So we're just going to stay with it. So that would probably be my highest jump, was in my hometown, pissed off, and everything worked out. I ended up winning, but that guy ended up doing a points for the winner. And I ended up beating Jimmy Cretin by like 0.6 points. So it was like 45.6 points, some bullshit like that. Yeah, so I lucked out.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy, dude. I swear. Well, you know, it's it's a fun business, man. And what killed me, of course, I had to take time off for my dad. My dad was getting sick, and I wanted to spend some time with him, and I got to do that. And thankfully that Danny and Tony, understood and stuff like that. And then I think maybe a couple years later, Danny lost his dad too, you know. So,
Sure.
and then Tony lost his. So we've all been through that pain, you know. And but it's if I could go do a show and be at home that night after the show, I'd still be doing it, man, because I miss it so bad. I mean, I'm blessed that Tony and Danny allow me to do Colorado Springs once a year. And you know, if they called and said, "Hey, we need you. We don't have an announcer, and we'd like to, can you come?" There's probably a big chance that I'm going to be there, you know, unless I've already got something scheduled or something. But I miss it so much. It's just the flying. The flying took it out of me, man. I mean, it was just,
Yeah.
and it's even worse now. I mean, it's there's no, there's nothing fun about flying.
You know, that towards the end of my career in monster trucks, I became a fly in, fly out driver. And I was doing it every weekend. So I was working Monday to Thursday,
Right.
flying out on Friday, and then flying home Sunday. And you know, if you get one flight delay, it screws up everything. And it just got old living out. I was basically living out of a duffel bag.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, everybody thinks it's cool to fly here and there. Yeah, sure, it's quicker. Don't get me wrong, but you jet lag. That's a real thing. You know,
Oh, it's
you
a
know that
real
goes
thing,
through
man.
everywhere.
It's a real
Yeah, you
thing.
just get tired.
You
You
know,
know,
you got to start prepping yourself a month before the season starts just to get your, and then, you know, the time zones and all the other stuff, man.
yep,
And the, you know, you've been there, the early morning TV, the early morning radio, whatever that is, then the shows, then the late nights. and all that other
Yep.
stuff, man, it just wears on you. It just at the end of the day, you're just like, Calgon, take me away, man, please, please. This is
Yeah.
it gets crazy out there, you know.
You know what burned me out and kind of got me leaning towards being done with it towards the end was on my team. We were everything. We had to work on the trucks. We had to do the TV or the radio, whatever you're doing. We did everything. So if you went out and just blistered a good run and you broke some shit, you were up all night working on it.
Guaranteed.
And then then you got another show the next day,
Yeah.
and then you gotta get ready to go home. So you're hoping you don't break anything that night, and tire down, load the truck, get everything ready to go. And let's say you don't break anything, by then that's still 11 o'clock midnight by the time you're out of there, and you got a early morning flight to catch. It took a lot of, obviously the older you get, the more tired you get and wore down, and it just took too much out of me to where I was starting to not have fun, and I didn't want to get to the point where I don't like doing this anymore. So I just thought, well, I'm done. And I told Jimmy, I said, I'll fulfill what we've agreed to. And if you need help, give me a call. I'll come fill in for you, or, somebody needs to go on vacation, I'll come in, I'll do a show, which I've done, a few times. I won't do any anymore since my neck and back, I've had surgery, but
Right.
I used to go in and help him out. Or if he was coming here to town, I'd go out there and do one show and just kind of get my feet wet, one more time. But now they just had, matter of fact, Danny was just here in Turlock last night.
Yeah, that's what Tony said that just a minute ago. He's on here, and he said that they just were in Turlock.
Yeah, yeah. And not that I don't like monster trucks anymore, but I can't tell you the last time I went to a show. I ended up going and sitting watching my granddaughter play softball. I didn't even go to the show.
Well, I mean, it's just that we've been there, we've done that, we've seen so many of them, But of course, when you're working, you never really see a show because as somebody on the track, whether it be an announcer or a track crew, you're always watching to make sure there's not a truck broke or something. So you never physically get to see the show per
Yeah.
se as sitting back and watching a complete show. But I've been to the shows where you sit back and sit in the audience and watch them, and I'm just like, God, I want to be down on the floor, man. That's where all the
Yeah.
fun's at, But it's a different world. It really is. But
Oh,
uh,
100%.
yeah, Tony, if you're on here still, this young lady by the name of Carter wants to know if we're doing Colorado Springs this year and when is Colorado Springs. I haven't talked to you about that yet, but anyway, if you have any insight, let me know here in the show, and then I can tell her. But yeah, Russ, you've had a good life, and you fulfilled your dream from what you told your mom and stuff. You still get to dabble in the pull trucks and stuff. We're not no date. Okay. So it looks like Carter, they're not going to no date this year. So, uh, which is I don't get to play monster trucks this year, but that's all right. We got more things going on now. So, if it changes, I know that you'll let me know. So thank you, Tony, for that. So, anyway, you know what what's next for Russ Steely?
You know, I got 7 grandkids now, and I'm retired, and I'm fighting this MS, and I'm enjoying my time. I pick up my youngest granddaughter from preschool, Mondays and Tuesdays, and I have fun with her. And then I got my other grandsons, and they're involved in Pop Warner football. My oldest granddaughter, she's in cheerleading and softball, so we're very busy with our grandkids. But my wife and I, we like to go camping, so we bought us a nice fifth wheel camp trailer, so we do quite a bit of camping. I just built a big shop, 40 by 60 shop on my property up in Oakdale, which was where we're going to be moving. We're getting ready to build a house. So once we get all that done, we'll be up there out in the country. I'll be able to shoot my guns, whenever I want, fire up my truck and not piss off any neighbors. So it's just pretty much we do a lot of traveling. My wife and I we go on quite a few vacations, which is nice. Don't get me wrong. We just got back from Hawaii last week. We're enjoying life because right now with my MS, we don't know what tomorrow's going to hold. I could be in a wheelchair in a couple years. I could not be able to walk. So we're doing as much as we can now. I mean, we're both still relatively young. I'm, 51. So I was fortunate enough to be able to retire when I did, and being able to travel and spend time with my grandkids is the life I want. And I couldn't ask for a better life. And I'm going to stick it out and do what I can as long as I can, and fight this MS. And hopefully I come out on the better end of things.
Hopefully they'll come up with a cure for it too, man. Because
I
I
sure
got
hope so.
I got some friends that have it too here in Colorado, and it's not fun to see what it's done to them and stuff. So what are you gonna do? Or what are you gonna do if one of the grandkids come up to you, because they all know that you did monster trucks, and that my grandpa's a pretty cool dude, and all this. What are you gonna do if they want to get into it, man? Are you gonna advise them not to get into it, or are you gonna help them? I mean, what would be your stance on that?
Well, my youngest, actually both my boys wanted to get into monster trucks, and I steered them away from it.
Uh huh.
It just, was it just wasn't. I didn't feel it was a good fit for them, and so I didn't want my boy. As much as I did want them to drive, I would love to watch my kids go out and jump trucks. I knew what it took. I knew what it cost. As far as relationships and the injuries you get.
Uh huh.
It's all there, and I didn't want to see my boys go through any of that. Now, if my grandkids come up, I'm going to tell them probably no, stay away from it. One, because most of these kids now are getting hired by Monster Jam, which is, I'm guessing, who they'd get hired by.
Right.
Well, I don't want to see my kids drive one of these stupid ass trucks that they got out that's a skateboard or a unicorn. Okay, I just can't deal with that. So I'm gonna steer my grandkids to drive my pull truck.
Well, I guess that's a good. At least they got something they can take this path instead of this path. I really never really heard called skateboards or unicorns that before. That's what it is. Oh, that makes me laugh, man. That makes me laugh. But I mean, these young ladies that are working for Jam and stuff, man. I mean, some of them are doing an amazing job of driving. That's why I asked that
Oh, they're
question.
good.
Because one of your girls' granddaughters could come up to you and say, hey, I think I want to get into this, man. So I just that's why I asked the question is, what are you going to tell them?
It to go back to what those ladies are doing in Monster Jam now. It's amazing. I mean, they're very young.
Yes.
And they're all good drivers. I mean, it takes a lot of skill to put a monster truck on its nose and walk it.
Yeah.
Or, just to drive one, period. So I know they have the school, the Monster Jam University that they have now. Back when I started, it was a school of hard knocks. You learned in front of a crowd.
Right.
There was no practice.
Yeah.
So now, they get a little bit more practice. So if my granddaughters came up, I mean, if they had the in on it already, I would support them 100%.
Sure.
But if it was up to me to make the phone calls and try to get, I probably wouldn't do it. I'd be like, no. And if I did, I'd say, hey, my granddaughter wants to do this, but you're not putting her in a damn unicorn or a skateboard. So she needs to drive an actual truck.
You can put her in a Chevy, Ford, or Dodge, but don't put her on a skateboard or a unicorn. That's some funny
that's
stuff.
where I draw the line. That's where I draw the line.
That's
what they did with Monster Jam with a lot of these trucks, they look cool. Don't get me wrong. The unicorn thing looks all right. The backhoe, whatever the hell that is now. It's cool designs, and I know it's aimed for the kids, but I'm old school. I'm thinking that's not a Chevy, that's not a Ford, that's not a monster truck. You can't put a skateboard on a freaking monster truck. I don't even know what they call it, but it's just stupid. So
you're not driving
I don't like it.
I don't like it. You're not driving it. Tony's on here. Maserado, he's on here. I call him G. You know Tony very well.
Yeah.
But hey, G, we're doing some small commercial work, and I want to do something on that monster truck driving school for you guys, and make a spot. So I need some information. Send me some on that, and so I can make something, and I'll send it to you and see if you guys like it or not. So we'll go from there. But because I want to help promote that, I really do, for sure. And that's you got people like Monster X Tour and all that. They're allowing people to get in there and to learn how to drive a monster truck, man. And I think falls right in line with what Mints and them are doing. And at least you're going to have somebody out there. Uh, Maybe coaching them right, and at least they got some better safety equipment than what you had when you first started out, man.
Right. Yeah. And you're going to find it's like a needle in the haystack. And I refer back to Bari Musauer, who drives Zombie for Monster Jam.
Right.
He was brought on. He won the RC Monster Truck Championship.
Yes.
So the guy was never even in a truck or on a quad, and he got noticed. They put him in a truck, and look at him now. I mean, the guy's a hell of a driver.
Oh, he is, man.
So you're going to find, you send some of these kids to these schools. Let's just say my granddaughter, for instance. I send her to the Monster X school, and she shines, and she gets a job driving a truck. We would have never known that if they didn't have that school. So those schools are a good thing. I'm 100% for those.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll guarantee
and
it.
teach the safety.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. That they gotta understand that it's a sport you can get hurt in, and they gotta pay attention. And it's a sport that you can hurt somebody in too. If you don't really get out there and respect. My dad used to always tell me, the minute you think you mastered something is the minute it hurts you. And he said, machinery has no brains. You are the brains, and if you think you've mastered it, that's going to turn around and bite you. And boy, it happened, and it's not a fun lesson. It really isn't.
No, it never is.
Never is.
There's been a lot of major accidents in monster trucks.
Yeah.
It's too bad, and it's sad for some of them are not even the driver's fault. And, that sticks with you for a long time. The kid's face that I busted up in Arizona, still to this day, I remember that. And that was my first year driving. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that to anybody.
Yeah.
So the whole thing of safety, it goes a long ways, and you don't want something to happen because it's going to follow you wherever you go.
And that's with anything. I mean, just like this weekend, some pro baseball player hit a foul ball, and it went up into the stands and hit I don't know, a young child, maybe 4 years old, in the face. And I mean, he was physically shaken because there's a lot of smoke coming off that ball, man. And to hit a little baby in the face, man, it's crazy. And that's just something that and you're wrapping just say a 1200 horsepower motor, and just say a 1200, but you're wrapping a 1200 horsepower motor, and something breaks loose, man, without a blow blanket on there, or some kind of cover over your transmission or any of that stuff, man, you could decapitate somebody, man.
Yeah. My pull truck, on my drive lines, I bought nylon strapping, 2 or 3 inch wide, I don't remember, and I wrapped my driveline loops right over my U-joints. And I attached it to the frame. So if it comes loose, parts break, bolts break, threads pull out. It's one more layer of safety so that I don't injure somebody. Because in truck pulling, you're pretty close to the fans going down the track.
Yes.
As fast as those drive lines are spinning, I'm turning about 8,000 RPMs in my truck. So I know that drive line is spinning quite rapidly. So I went and did that on my own. It's not even a rule. So I added those just for my own safety. Well, and I'm not trying to say, I'm the best or I'm tooting my horn. Now there's a couple other guys that have noticed and done the same thing. So that's the whole safety, and our natural reaction is we don't want to hurt anybody. You don't want somebody to hurt because of something you did.
Right.
So that's what I'm trying to do. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to make the news. None of that shit. So if I think of something that's might help me be more safe, then the next guy, that's what I'm going to do. And if I can help somebody else do it, then great. And that's what we need. I've actually learned that from Jimmy Cretin. That guy was so intuitive on safety and coming up with different things to help. I kind of sat back and watched. I call him the master. Watched the master work, because the guy's brain never stopped. And watching him do stuff, not only just on the safety side, but just the way he invented different parts and whatnot. I learned a lot of my fabrication skills from him. So that's kind of what I do with pulling, and I'm teaching my boys the same thing, and hopefully my grandkids, will follow suit and want to do all that. But yeah, you got to really be on top of the safety.
Well, speaking of Jimmy, man, he has kind of created this this show that he does, now,
Yeah.
and he goes in one and done, and he's bringing these shows to these smaller towns. He just did a show up the road from me in Calhoun, Colorado, and I'll guarantee you what. On a non-windy day, you can almost take a rock and throw it from one end to the other to Calhoun. And Jimmy goes back. I think this is his third year there, and sells it out. And there's a good draw from all the other little towns and stuff. And I guess they're doing pretty well at what it is. I never do get a chance. I always put it on my calendar to go there, but something always happens where I don't get a chance to go. So I'm gonna have to go check one out one
Yeah,
time.
I need to get you hooked up with him and have him come on the show and talk with Jimmy.
I would like.
Sure.
I've talked to a gentleman that used to work with us. He was an announcer, and I asked him to, because he works for Jimmy now, and I said, please let Jimmy know that I want him on my show. But I just knew the minute I hung up that wasn't going to happen.
I'll make it happen.
I just knew that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
And
Jimmy and I are really close, so I'll make sure I get him on.
well, dude, I appreciate it, man, because I want to give everybody their shot. And I even told this gentleman that worked for us, he was an announcer. I told him, I said, I want you on the show too, man. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and badmouth. This is one thing that I'll never do. I'm never going to let a promoter or a driver badmouth another promoter or driver on this show. It's not going to happen. This is about you, and that's all there is to it. And all I got to do is reach over here and push this button, and you're gone. You're no longer on the phone. So
Right.
it's just the way it is, and I'm just not going to do that. My show's not made for that, and I just want to I want to introduce my fan base to these people that I know that, number one, I consider them really good friends, but they do an amazing job at what they do, man. And I just want to bring that part in there and let these people hear it. I mean, a lot of my listeners have never been to a monster truck show. So
Right. Yeah.
and they love listening to all the stories and stuff like that. I'm just glad we don't tell any of the other stories that we used to do.
Yeah. They'll stay in the closet.
I always wanted to write that book. Give me some thunder.
Leave my
But
chapter out.
yeah, that book will never happen because it just can't mention any of the really fun stories, man. So we'll just.
As much as we want to talk about them, we cannot. That's funny.
Although I did talk about the night that that the deputy Sayer brought the moonshine to the show and dropped it off over
That was
there.
in
That was
that in Kentucky or somewhere?
Pikeville.
Yeah, I remember
He
that.
wanted to. He had an autistic grandson, and he said, he wants to see the trucks, but he don't like the noise. And I said, well, bring him in.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he calls me back later on. And that's Deputy Sire, and he says, do you like moonshine? I'm like, well, you're a cop, man. And why are you asking me? What did I do to piss you off to set me up? And and then of course we got 3 bottles of moonshine out of it, man, just to make
I remember that.
I
I remember him telling us at the pit party, if we get into any trouble,
Yeah.
to give him a call. And he handed one, you or me, his card.
Exactly.
And I'm thinking, I might be moving to Pikeville.
But it was little towns like that were so fun, man. That was a beautiful arena, man. I really liked that arena. That arena was brand new. It was really nice.
Yeah, that was a cute little town, man. It was just up in the hills. It was really cool to go there.
I didn't like the first
That's one of
motel.
those places. I'd have never thought I'd ever go to Pikeville, Kentucky. You wouldn't either if you went to
No, not at all. But to go there and then driving back in the snowstorm and all that stuff, I mean, Jesus, it's crazy. But
Yep. Yeah, I remember that.
So,
Yeah,
Russ, the last question I want to ask of the night, and number one, thank you so much for being on the show, man.
absolutely.
It's great to connect with you and to talk old times and stuff. And I just miss the hell out of being with you, man, and hanging out with you. So this is the closest right now that we're going to be able to get, and I'm going to settle for it for sure.
Yeah, yeah. No, I appreciate you wanting me to come on, and what you're doing with the whole show you got, the your setting you have. I mean, it's just so cool, dude. And I know you put so much work into it because I think you contacted me about 5 or 6 weeks ago.
I
So
did.
you're putting in the groundwork, man, and what you're doing, we appreciate it. I mean, I'm a has been in the sport, and you still want me to come on and talk about my stories, and I appreciate that. Um, and the new guys, that you have on, all of it. It's just really cool what you're doing for all of us, and you kind of make me feel like I'm not as forgotten as I think I am.
You're not, man, because the number one is as long as I'm alive, the stories that we have together, and that's for anybody. The stories that we have together are always going to be tellable stories, and people are always going to want to listen, man. And it's just the way it is. And so, yeah, you ain't no has been in my world, man. You're my brother, and it's just the way it is, man. I mean, I've had Tony on the show, I've had Jim Kramer on the show. Got you. I had BJ. I've had some good names on the show, man, and I just uh, I just enjoy bringing the stories that we had throughout time to these people and letting them listen. That's what it's all about, man, for
Yeah,
sure.
it's a lot of fun to be able to sit back and tell them and remember some things. I mean, I totally forgot about the whole moonshine in Pikeville.
Yeah, yeah,
Some of those old stories you just forget, over time.
sure, exactly right. Yeah, for sure. But this last question I ask everybody at the end of the show: what do you want to be remembered by or remembered as after your time on Earth is done? I mean, what do you want people to say about Russ Steely?
Hopefully, people can remember me by my generosity and wanting to help people. I don't care if it's somebody broke down on the side of the road, or somebody who can't afford to buy, their groceries or whatnot, or a little kid at a show wanting to get an autograph or a picture as I'm done walking back to the pits. My night's done. Um, I always try to help people and give back. Um, that's it could be me one day needing help and hoping somebody would stop and help me. So hopefully somebody remembers me by my generosity and willing to help anybody that is in need.
That's pretty cool, dude. That's pretty cool. Well, man, I tell you what, I really appreciate it. I love you like a brother, man, and I'm here for you anytime. If you ever come through Colorado, you know you got my number, and if I hear you come through Colorado and didn't call me, I'll find you. I really will. I'll
Well, I'm
find you.
hoping I'm hoping we'll be there this year for a Broncos game, so we'll have to hook up.
Dude, guaranteed, man, for sure. And
Yeah.
we even got places to stay here at the Roller Dome for sure.
Well, that'd be awesome to be able to come out there and have you meet my wife and just go
Oh,
out there
I'd
and
love
talk
it. And then
talk
maybe
Bo Nix.
maybe me and you could do a show right here in the studio, man. I even got an extra mic. I got a Russ Steely spot right here by me, man.
Okay, so that would be perfect to do that and have Jimmy Cretin as your guest.
Oh, dude, that would be awesome. Because you know more stories about Jimmy than I do, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
His stories, we could sell a lot of books with his stories.
Yeah, I guarantee. No, Russ, if you can get him and some other people, some other drivers, if you've had a good time on the show, please, I'd love, like I tell everybody, this is my baby, and I need help making. I'm a one man band here, and I need help growing this. So, man, if you can help me grow it with good stories and good people to be on the show, I consider it a gift from God, man. Thank you.
I'll send some people your way. I got a couple in mind.
All right, man. Sounds great, buddy. Well, dude, I love you, man. You have a great summer. When you see that Henri Jeff, tell him no, I ain't even gonna mention it. So just never mind. If you see Jeff, tell him I said hi. Okay.
I'll
I
do
don't
that.
need no pictures. Okay.
I got him. I got him.
Oh, shut up. All right, dude.
Roller, I appreciate you, man. Stay healthy and love you like a brother, man.
You too, buddy. All right. Best to you, man. I'll talk to you soon.
You, too.
All
You
right.
bet. Bye bye.
Bye bye. All right, guys. Well, I tell you what, I've got people texting me here on my other line. I'm trying to read at the same time, but That was my brother Russ Steely, man. We spent a lot of time as with when we worked Monster X tour together. He was part of the track crews and stuff like that, and he's just a great guy, man. I just another great interview that I absolutely loved talking to him about and stuff like that, and you can't beat good friends like that. I'll guarantee you right now. So we're going to go ahead and do a little commercial break right now, and then we'll be back here in a minute with a little more music. And Tony G, I'm going to read some of them text messages you sent, and I'll contact you tomorrow. But we'll be right back here, guys, after this word from our sponsors.
Attention hot rodders, custom builders, truck fans, and motorcycle riders! Get ready for the White Buffalo Car Show coming to downtown Snyder, Texas on Saturday, October 3rd, 2026. Cruise into the heart of Snyder and enjoy a full day packed with classic cars, custom trucks, motorcycles, live music, great food, vendors, shopping around the square, and fun for the whole family. With 25 classes, awards, and even a furthest traveled award, there's something for every kind of ride. Registration is just $20, and all proceeds stay local to support area charities and community programs. And don't miss your chance to meet Texas rich with C10 America during this huge downtown celebration. Plus, cruise into the Friday night meet and greet on October 2nd before the band starts rocking. So polish up that chrome, shine those wheels, and head to the White Buffalo Car Show in downtown Snyder, Texas! The White Buffalo Car Show, where horsepower, hometown pride, and Texas tradition come together. Hey, Colorado, get ready! The second annual Tri-Lakes Cruisers Truck Show is rolling into Monument, Colorado on June 14th, 2026. Bring your ride out to the legendary Big Red at 146 North Jefferson Street in Monument and be part of one of the coolest truck shows in the state. We're talking classic trucks, custom builds, lifted rigs, and clean street cruisers, all lined up with the Rocky Mountains as your backdrop. Move-in starts at 8 a.m. and the show runs from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Registration is just $35, and every dollar helps support the Tri-Lakes Cruisers Automotive Scholarship Fund, presented by Hefty Fabworks. This is more than a show. It's a community, a passion, and a day you don't want to miss. So shine it up, fire it up, and roll in. For full details, scan the QR code or visit www.trilakescruisers.com. That's June 14th in Monument, Colorado. The Tri-Lakes Cruisers Truck Show, where horsepower meets the mountains. Colorado, get ready for the Steel City Car Show, presented by Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music. Join us Sunday, May 31st at 131 Broadway Avenue in Pueblo, Colorado for classic cars, custom trucks, muscle cars, and family fun. Music provided by Southern Colorado's legendary DJ Buzz Corona. He will be spinning all them great car show hits. Registration starts at 8 in the morning, and the show runs from 9 until 1. The Steel City Car Show! Be there!
All right, we're back. All those commercials, guys, that you just heard are stuff that I'm making right now. So if you have a business and you'd like something made, I can make these commercials for you. I can email them to you, and then you can use them how you want. So if you're looking for something to be made about your business or something like that, or if you have a benefit that you want to put on the radio, or you want me to play it on the show, or whatever. If you want to become a sponsor and I can make a radio spot for you, I'd be more than happy to do that. We're getting into it, and it's taken off really well. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different spots. And these are all people that's paid to be sponsors of the show, to have me play their spots and different things like that. So the commercials are catching on pretty quick. I think they're sounding pretty good, but I'd sure be happy to try to do something for you guys for sure. So if you're interested, all you have to do is get a hold of me at jeffrichards327@gmail.com, or you can call me at 303-919-6678. Once again, that's jeffrichards327@gmail.com, or you can call me at 303-919-6678. Or better yet, you can go to the website at www.pedaltothemetalpodcast, and you can fill out a little questionnaire there and just say, hey, Roller, I need you to contact me. I'm interested in having you do a commercial for us. So, and they're cheap. I'm going to tell you guys they're cheap. I can do 60-second spot for you for about $200, and that's not bad. And then you can use it for however long you want. And if you need to update it, we can update it for you and do all that. So you let me know, and we'll try to hook you up. So let's see here. What do we have to play here? What do we have to play music-wise? And yeah, hey, Tony, you tell Jimmy that this month is all booked up. I have no openings, but we run every Wednesday, every Sunday. And if he wants to do something in June, you're more than welcome to give him my phone number, or I can call him. I'm just going to have to get a contact number from you to make that happen. But I'd love to have Jimmy Cretin on the show for sure. All right, guys, this next song here is called Mint in the Box, and this is about a toy's view of being a toy. A toy would rather be played with than sit on a shelf its whole life and never have the fun that a kid portrays out there. I have a lot of toys in my office here that are mint in the box, and then I have a lot of toys out here that are chipped and scratched and stuff, and you can tell that they were played with, and they were played with and had a lot of fun. So this here is called Mint in the Box. We'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music.
Sitting on a shelf in a cardboard frame, clear plastic window, price tag name. Never saw a backyard, never felt the sun, never heard a kid say, this one's mine, this one. Paint's still perfect, not a scratch or scar, never rode across a floor or a dirt driveway yard. They say I'm worth a fortune, yes, someday I'll be, but that ain't what I was made to be. I don't wanna be mint in the box, never touched, never lost, never loved till my colors fade or wheels wore down from the games we played. I'd trade all this value they say I got just to be a kid's best friend, even if I'm not worth a dime when the years have passed. I don't wanna be mint in the box. I've seen others come and go, off the shelf, picked out by a child taken home with help. Heard the laughter echo through the store as they ran outside and hit the door. I stayed behind, just a collector's dream, perfect little piece of a memory unseen. But what's a memory if it never lives? What's a heart if it never gives? I don't wanna be meant in the box, never touched, never lost, never raced down a hallway floor, crashed into walls in a backyard war. I'd trade all this value they say I got for 1,000 nights in a toy box spot, worth nothing but a memory that lasts. I don't wanna be meant in the box. Maybe somewhere there's a grown-up man staring at me through that plastic span, remembering the toy he never chose, or the one he lost so long ago. And I wonder if he'd understand. I'd give it all just to be in his hands. I don't wanna be meant in the box, never open, never lost, never held when the lights go out. A part of dreams a kid dreams about. They can keep their money, they can keep that cost. I'd rather be warm than never lost, worth more in love than a price tag spot. I don't wanna be meant in the box. I'd rather be broken than never be loved.
That's called Mint in the Box right there. And, you know, for you guys that just come in and have never heard the show and stuff, most of these songs that I write, and probably 80%, are songs about something in my lifetime. And I wrote a song here, and I'll play it here in just a minute. It was called "The Train," and you all have heard it that listens to the show every week. The story about the train is about a little boy that had this train, and it was his favorite toy. And how the note reads is it was given to him by his dad, and but this little boy, and his name is Jimmy, and he had cancer, and this is back in the days when they didn't understand it as much as they do about cancer today. What type of cancer did Jimmy had? I have no idea. But I always told you guys that I would show you the train, because I was the one that went to the little town and bought the train at an auction. And the note did fall out. I have the note. I'll show you the note at another time. But I'm going to show you part of the train right now. I left, it's right, the car's right over here, but there's too much to move to get to the other two cars. But this is this is really the train right here. This is the train that Jimmy had, and this is the one that his dad gave him, and this is the one that I bought at the auction, and this was Jimmy's train, man, and I can't get rid of it. I mean, this train has to sit in my shop, right over there on my shelf, and just to remember the story, man. I can't let this train go, and maybe it's wrong of me, but this train means something to me more than anything. But right here, this is Jimmy's train right there. It's a wooden train. Like I said, there's two more cars over there, and the note is upstairs in our safe. So I will bring that down and show it to you soon here. but this is really the physical train right there. So, I'm going to play the song. This is The Train. We'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music.
I've been collecting old memories since I was just a boy, spending every spare dollar on some forgotten toy. From the 1800s tin soldiers to the toys of yesterday, Hot wheel cars and old Tonka trucks, old dolls packed away. But one day at a little sale in a dusty country town, I found a wooden train set in a weathered cardboard brown. But when I opened up the box, a note fell on the floor. There was something written on that page that made me love it even more. It was a note from a little boy named Jimmy, written in a shaky hand. Said this train set was his favorite toy, given to him by his dad, in a world he couldn't understand. He said, I've got something I don't understand called cancer, and it's taken life away from me. But this train makes me happy every single day. He wrote, I'll play with it till the day I go, then I'll tuck this note inside, so whoever finds my train one day will know how much I tried to stay. And if you're the one who finds it, I hope this train brings joy to you, the way it always did for me when my skies weren't always blue. I hope you get to live a long life, playing with it day by day, and think about a little boy who loved these rails this way. It was a note from a little boy named Jimmy, written in a trembling hand. Said this train set was his favorite toy, given to him by his dad, in a world he couldn't understand. He said, I've got something I don't understand called cancer, and it's taken life away from me. But this train makes me happy every single day. I sat there in that quiet room with tears running down my face, thinking about that little boy and the fight he had to face. I knew right then and there was one thing I couldn't do. I could never sell that train set after what that boy went through. So now it sits inside my home, on a shelf where I can see, not just a toy train anymore, but a piece of bravery. That note from a little boy named Jimmy still rests inside that train. Reminds me every single day, love left his train set and a note behind. But that little boy named Jimmy still rides those rails today.
Listening to Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music right here. Next song up right here is She Wants Me to Sell My C10. Can you believe that? Right here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music.
I was packing up my life for a brand new start. A little white church and a hopeful heart. She said a man don't need all this old stuff around. All those dusty memories stacked on the ground. Old concert shirts and a fishing pole. A toolbox worn from 1,000 rolls. She smiled sweet, but her words cut in. Said a married man don't live like this. She wanted me to sell my C10. Said it didn't fit the life we were in. Said a man my age should grow up somehow. Leave that old truck in the past right now. But that old C10's been a faithful friend through every mile and every bend. So I told that girl with a steady grin, honey, I ain't selling my C10. She said that truck's just rust and steel, but it's more than that behind the wheel. First kiss parked by a county road. First paycheck when I drove it home. Every dent's got a story to tell. Every mile's like a ringing bell of nights with friends in a small town sky. That old truck's where my years rolled by. She wanted me to sell my C10. Said it didn't fit the life we were in. Said a man my age should grow up somehow. Leave that old truck in the past right now. But that old C10's been a faithful friend through every mile and every bend. So I told that girl with a steady grin, honey, I ain't selling my C10. Then one night she drew the final line, said that old truck or this love of mine. I stood there thinking a minute or two about the road and the life I knew. I might never see another C10 again, but I'd see that girl every day till the end. So I grabbed my keys and I shut that door. Said, darling, you can head on down the road. Well, I was driving down the road the other day when I saw them pulled over on that old highway. Her and her new man in that electric ride broke down their eyes looking at me in disbelief. So I pulled my old C10 off to the side, asked them both if they needed a ride. They just stood there staring at me while I laughed and drove off in my old C10. Well, I found me a prettier gal with blonde hair and a smile that lights up
the sound of that small block roar, and that old bench seat, and a 3-speed floor. She said, keep that truck, don't ever let it go. That old C10's got a heart and soul. And every time that engine runs, I know I made the right move back then. She wanted me to sell my C10, said it didn't fit the life we were in. Said a man my age should grow up somehow, leave that old truck in the past right now. But that old C10's been a faithful friend through every mile and every bend. And now I'm riding with a better woman, and my girl now, she loves riding in my old C10.
She wanted me to sell my OC10. Well, guys, I'll tell you what, this will be the last song of the evening, and then we're going to go ahead and fade out, and got a busy day tomorrow. So this last song here is about country western singer Randy Travis. I love his voice, man. He's got such, of course, I love all genres of music, but Randy Travis has always just had a really cool sounding country western voice, and this is just basically a song about his life. So this is called Forever and Ever, Amen. We'll be back here on Wednesday, and don't forget, Wednesday night we have Mr. Hobble from the Toughest Monster Truck Tour. He's going to be on. He's the announcer, and he's going to be on the show, and we're going to talk to him about his time on the road, and also he does a little bit of work for Bob Chandler and them, and Trent and all them, and he does the open house at Ready to Go, so down there at Bigfoot. So anyway, we'll be back here on Wednesday. We'll see you guys then. I love you guys all. Thank you for tuning in. I'd like to thank Russ Steely for being on the show tonight. And it was just an absolute honor to have you on the show, my brother. So thank you very much. Thank you guys for tuning in. And same with you, Carter. You have a good night, too. And we'll talk sometime this week. But here it is, Forever and Ever. Amen.
Down in Marshville, Carolina, red dirt roads and a mill run down. A skinny kid with a stubborn streak, more fire in his heart than words he'd speak. His daddy said, boy, you sing that song, but the road ahead was rough and long. Honky-tonk lights and trouble too, a restless soul with nothing to lose. But somewhere in that Carolina night, a barroom stage held a little light. A deep young voice from a broken past, singing old country songs that were built to last. From small town bars to a neon sign that would someday read Randy Travis' name. Just a country boy the world would know, with a voice God gave and a long road to go. He ran wild through his teenage years, county lines and a trail of tears, jailhouse walls and a broken plan. Life can humble a wild young man. Then a woman heard that mountain sound, said, son, that voice could turn this world around. So she took a chance and changed his way, and put that young man on a stage. And somewhere in that Carolina night, a barroom stage held a little light. A deep young voice from a broken past, singing old country
country songs that were built to last. From small town bars to a neon sign that would someday read Randy Travis' name. Just a country boy the world would know, with a voice God gave and a long road to go. Then came songs the whole world knew, 3 wooden crosses telling the truth, digging up bones on the radio waves forever and ever. Amen, the promise he gave. That deep voice echoing all around, country music's true Nashville sound. From honky-tonk floors to the Opry stage, those songs would live through every age. Sometimes the road gets dark and steep before the Lord gives the dream you keep, but a voice like that was meant to rise from Carolina dust to Nashville skies. From the Opry lights to a million hearts, those country songs became an art. But life can turn like a sudden wind and test the soul of any man. One summer day that strong voice broke, a Nashville legend struck by stroke. And for a while the music slowed on that long and winding road. Yeah, somewhere in that Carolina night, a barroom stage held a little light. A deep young voice from a broken past, singing old country songs that were built to last. From honky-tonk floors to the Opry show, that Carolina boy let the whole world know. Even when the singing had to slow, the world still heard that country soul. Marshville wind still whispers his name, a country voice that rose from pain. Sometimes God writes a different plan, but Randy's songs will live forever and ever, amen.
All right, everyone, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Pedal to the Metal. I want to send out a huge thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in and supporting the show. I also want to thank all of our amazing sponsors. You're the ones that help keep the wheels turning, and we truly appreciate you. Be sure to join us every Wednesday and Sunday. We kick things off with music at 6 p.m. each night, and the full show starts at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Until next time, keep the pedal down, heads high, and we'll see you at the next show.